Hello, everybody. This is not a drill. I repeat, this is not a drill. I turned the wrong way. It's not a drill. It's hammer time. Whatever that means to you. Yeah, so I got actual content today. Actual TF2 content on brand, live, on Twitch, and YouTube. I didn't really have an intro planned. So we're kind of flying by the seat of our pants, but I have toiled endlessly. I was up till literally 8 a.m. last night, getting this to work. I didn't get it working last night, but I did manage to get it working today. I clutched up. And yeah, so without any further ado, time to see if the sandwich curse persists. Well, it does, because I haven't fixed it yet. But we're doing a twist. So I've done a few of these where we fight Francis, and I open the server up to the internet. But today we're doing something a little different. We're adding a twist. And is my frame rate choppy? Okay. It's a little choppy, weird. But without any further ado, welcome to the arena of the future. It's CP Orange, except it's not CP Orange. It's CP Orange like you've never seen it before, because it's Payload Orange. Now, it still needs a little bit of setup. For reasons I will soon explain, I'm going to have to move this payload cart. So what are we doing today? Today, the plan is we are going to test Francis like he has never been tested before. We are going to have Francis fight against the stock Team Fortress 2 bots. Why? Because I felt like it. I don't know, I thought it would be interesting. We get a variety of skill levels when we do Francis 1v1s to the public. Francis himself changes a lot of skill. And actually the real reason I want to start and started building out my code to incorporate the stock TF2 bots is actually, I'm starting to think Francis really would benefit from having a static opponent to play against. We're not going to get super into it today. There was a chance I could have had multiple Francis versions to fight, and we could compare them. But I don't think I'm going to do that. But the key that you need to understand is that the numbers lie, because Francis, when he trains, just to back up a little bit, Francis, Mr. Bot Zero in the server here, is a deep reinforcement learning AI that I've trained to deathmatch, among other things. But today he will be deathmatching, and the way he trains is he fights against the same version of himself, effectively. And then the way that he learns or understands what's good and what's bad is, something called the reward value. Now the thing is, when you have two bots that are fighting each other and they're the same skill, the reward values can lie. Because let's say Francis gets a really high score, but then you go and look at the behavior and he just never dodges any of the rockets. So in a scenario like that, those reward numbers would be inflated. It's kind of the classic issue with reinforcement learning is this concept called non-stationarity, I believe. I could be mixing up. I mean, that is a concept in reinforcement learning, but I didn't do like real research or anything before this, so just, take it with a grain of salt. But rather than continuing to deal with, oh, this number went higher. Oh shit, someone just subscribed. Thank you, Powdow, Alabama. Appreciate you. What was I saying? But rather than continuing to muddle and, look at the numbers and then take them with a grain of salt and, have to kind of use my human intuition, human intuition, yuck. We stand robots here. But by having Francis train against a static, entity, it should be a lot easier to understand how good he really is and be able to actually directly compare apples to apples. But that's not what we're doing today, because training is long and boring, and I'm not well enough prepared. So we are going to be directly pitting Francis versus every level of TF2 stock bot there is. And I have more information on that. But first, let me finally explain why we're on an abomination of a map such as Payload Orange. And this has something to do with why I was awake till 8 a.m. last night. So, stock bots run on their own little system within TF2. Very luckily, my plugin that I use to control Francis is it's called RCBot2, and very luckily for me, because I don't know what I would do if this wasn't the case, but very luckily, RCBot2 does not conflict with the default bot system. The problem is the default bot system requires a lot of jumping through hoops. So you guys may have seen some maps before that I've trained on. We're getting close to the end here. I don't want to actually score the payload, I'm just moving it out of the way. I feel like you could do a great Blue impression. I know who he is, but I actually have never heard his voice. So I hope that's a compliment. I assume it's a compliment. So I have, a flat map that I use for training, and then of course you guys have also seen the lava arena map, where we've done Francis 1v1s versus the public before. The problem with those maps is, or with the TF2 default bots, however you want to slice it, is that they don't work together. For the TF bots to work, one, you need something called a nav mesh, which is like a grid on the ground that basically tells the bots where they can walk or not. That one's pretty easy to fix. You can just generate one for a new map. The bigger problem is that bots only work on a map with a certain game mode. So both of my training maps, my flat one and my lava one, are not Koth, they're not payload, they're not checkpoint. So the bots will just straight up not work. And because it's a totally closed loop system with the TF default bot, I can't like hook into it and change it. It just has to be what it is. So then I started experimenting around and trying to get it to work. I really should have prepared some visual aids, because I'm just kind of talking it through rather than, showing is always better than talking. But it turns out there's an additional problem. Because I'm using bots from RC bot 2, which is necessary, I have to have bot 0 and I also need to have bot 1, even though I shouldn't need to. And when that happens, the server automatically configures itself. It thinks it's like MVM or like tournament mode. And so basically what I was doing for 4 hours straight last night was just trying a bunch of different console commands. MP time limit, readying people up, getting a plugin that auto forces people to ready up, disabling MVM, re-enabling MVM, trying tournament mode, disabling tournament mode, and also setup time. The bots, the default starting period on every map is setup time, and the next bots, the TF default bots, will not shoot unless the map is real. And for whatever reason, I also was not able to get checkpoint or Koth maps to work. I couldn't get it out of that setup time, so the bots were basically doing nothing. So the only game mode type of map that I could get working is a fucking payload map. And the only payload map that I can find on short notice with huge, wide open spaces is, of course, CP Orange. And, so the payload cart, I'm just putting it all the way here because it's going to be in the way. Our arena is actually going to be, I'm going to switch to spec now. Our arena is actually right outside of the blue spawn. Oops. So there's Francis. He's just chilling right now. I haven't started him yet. And our arena is going to be here, so that's why I moved the payload cart. Hopefully it's long enough for me to do all the content before it slides all the way back. So I think that's it for explanation. Give me a few, guys. I'm going to now set up the thing. So first I'm going to... Oops, my code's still running. That's okay. Now we're going to add our bot to the server. And actually, before I add him, let me add him actually, because he's not gonna do anything over there. So you can see TF_bot has joined the game. That is our default bot. Let's see if we can have a look at him. And there you go. He's on an adventure because the map luckily, oops, I clicked. The map luckily is not in setup time. Also, let me just add some more time to the map so it doesn't just end. But he's enabled, he's walking around, he will start shooting if he sees a target. And again, this was out of my hands. The only way this works is on a payload map with my configuration and yeah, with the nav mesh generated. So here he is. You may not know this, but there are several different levels for what the bots are capable of. So let's just do a quick skim of that right here. So here's the official TF2 wiki, stock AI bots. And I've loaded this first bot on easy. And you can kind of, I won't go through everything in the table, obviously, but we'll do a quick little run through. So on easy, you can see his reaction time and aiming interval are 1 second compared to how quickly they can happen on expert. This doesn't matter. Huntsman aim, rocket launcher aim. So the easy bots always aim at the enemy's center, but the higher levels will aim at their feet. Aims at head if closer than 150. Interesting. Lots of stuff. I mean, obviously there's lots of, these bots are meant to work for every class and every weapon. Dodging skills, never attempts to dodge. Interesting that it only dodges when holding a damage dealing weapon. So you can see there's, I mean, retreats to reload, so it does retreat to reload. And it depends on lots of things, obviously. There's no control point, so this shouldn't come into effect. But the big thing is definitely the reaction time and aiming interval. So now with all of that out of the way, I think we're ready to have them fight against Francis. So we're going to start with the easy bot, of course. So let me spool this up. And now a little info on Francis. If you've never seen any of my videos before, Francis, like I mentioned, is a deep reinforcement learning AI. What that means is that all of the behavior that you have seen has come from him learning, from self-play. I have not directly told him to do anything, but what I've given him is this thing called a reward function. That reward function basically tells him what actions are good and what actions are bad. Also, is this cart gonna... it's gonna fucking back up all the way up this big central tower. Maybe I should load again. Hold on. Actually, that's a good idea, because then you guys can see how he wants to fight me. No, get away from the cart, bro. I just want to move the cart further. But you can see his aim's not that good. He's a little scaredy cat. He's running from me. He's a little bitch. Come here and fight me, nameless TF2 bot. So not very scary, of course, but as anyone knows who's played the training mode on TF2, those expert bots do not fuck around. And they will hit good shots on you and you will fucking die quick as fuck. But the easy guy, oh my god, he's bad at aiming. Is he confused because I'm on the payload cart? He might have been confused because I was moving up the hill. I'm just gonna move the cart a little bit more. He's scared of me. He has not got what Francis has got. Francis has got I believe the technical term is massive balls. I believe that's the technical term for it. Okay. So yeah, but enough fucking around. This is good enough for the payload. The map has enough time on it. That should be fine. So without any further ado, why would it be bad for the cart to be in the middle? It's fine if it's in the middle. The problem is if it backs up far enough, it'll end up here. And this is actually the biggest spot on the map I could find to do the arena fighting. Could have done it over here too, but yeah, anyway, I just don't want the payload cart to interfere with the fight, basically. Just hide my GUI. And yeah, it'll take a few seconds to load. But while we're doing that, I will... Maybe. I actually don't know. I haven't tested it. But now you can see it's loading up. Francis is contemplating, deep in thought, while he loads all of the Python code and whatnot. So this version of Francis has been trained for about 30 hours in self-play. So against himself, only against himself. And you'll start to notice some of the little quirks about him. One, obviously, is that he shoots the place where the bot died after they're dead. So sometimes he will just randomly kill himself. Yeah. So like I said, this is the easy TF bot, and he's getting worked. Obviously, he's getting fucking destroyed. I think what we're going to do is best of 3 of the best of 5s. So first person to get to 5 points, as you can see in the center of your screen right now, earns 1 round, and then it's a best of 3 rounds. Obviously, the easy ones are going to be not close, especially considering that TF bot. Let him know, Francis. Talk to him. Sheesh. Hopefully he shoots. There we go. I need the bot to shoot, otherwise the round will not reset. But yeah, I don't expect this to be a close fight. One interesting thing I noticed about Francis, as a reminder, his name is Bot0, that's Francis. There's a few things you might notice about him. One, he he doesn't really like to look at the enemy some of the time. I don't quite know why that is. I feel like that wasn't happening before, but a lot of the time you can see he's like shooting rockets at a 90-degree angle. These he's aimed at, but now he's like turned this way and shooting this way. That's just kind of a combination of the quirks of how he works. So, I mean, for normal human players, obviously you need to turn with your mouse and look at somebody. Oh, and you can see TFBot has figured out the optimal strategy here at his skill level. Run away. And when this happens, I mean, Francis has only been trained with a small range. And he thinks that the center of the arena is right here. And he's been trained that he needs to go to the center of the arena. So he actually will not chase. If I had trained him specifically for this task, he would, but that's what happens. When the TF-bot does escape from the spawn, the only way to end the round is for Francis to eventually kill himself. That's also why you might notice that whenever the round resets, Francis is here blocking the exit, and the TF bot spawns over here, because the TF bot pretty much always runs away no matter what difficulty level he's on. But that is it for the easy. He did get 1 round, but it was a bit of a pity round because he escaped the arena and then Francis killed himself on the wall that he doesn't know is there. This version of Francis I also should add, or hold on, let me get the next one spooled up. Yes, both of them have infinite ammo. And that's just to simplify the training. Of course, I could set it up to where they don't have infinite ammo, but that'll just increase the difficulty of the training. And I'd really just want to see what the quality of the shots are before we get more complicated with the task. So I do have to stop it. Let's go ahead and stop, and then TF-bot kick all. There is a way to change the TF-bot's difficulty level, but it wasn't working for whatever reason. So that was the easy level of the bot. Now we're going to try the next step up, which is called normal. Here, hold on, I can show the chart again. So on normal now, his reaction time is cut in half to 0.5 seconds, and his aiming interval is 0.25 seconds. Now, if this was 1-to-1 with a human, I believe the average human reaction time is about 0.2 seconds. Actually, yeah, so there it is on expert. Aiming interval, I'm not exactly sure how often the bot adjusts their aims. Okay, so it's like a tick rate. Okay. Spies are always forced to normal skill level. Interesting. So now you guys won't be able to see a difference, like his name's going to be the same, but I'm now adding, here actually I can show the window. This is my my server readout, and you can see down here at the very bottom, TF bot add, one bot, make him soldier, red team, normal difficulty now instead of easy, and his name will be TF bot. And there you go, he's joined the game. And hopefully this will just work. I might need to bait him into shooting a rocket to reset the round. No, actually I'll just restart it. It's fine. It's fine, it's fine. Load it up, load it up. Okay. One thing you might notice is every time I start the deathmatch fresh, Francis like skips the first 2 shots. He basically in my console he's erroring. So if there's any round that the TF bot should win, it is the first one, and he did. Oh, okay. I didn't reset the score. Ignore those 2 rounds. Now we're starting for real. The normal bot versus the abomination of nature, Francis. You can see the normal bot is certainly way better than the easy bot was. And looks like he escaped the arena. So unless he kills himself, it's going to be a round win for him. Ooh, we got some drama already, boys. Come on, Francis, kill yourself. Kill yourself. Kill yourself. Your hair's dumb. I'm cyberbullying you. There you go. He is still trying to aim at the TF bot. He just doesn't have... I'm not feeding him info about the map, so he doesn't know there's a wall there, pretty much. And holy crap, the TF bot just hit an air shot. What the fuck? I wasn't expecting this. The normal bot is up 2-0 on the reigning champ, who nearly shut out the easy bot. Oh wait, Francis fighting back though. One more rocket gets it done. We have, ladies and gentlemen, we have a fight on our hands. Oh, and Francis, the cyberbullying got to him. No, I take it back, Francis. Your life is worth living, man. Half the time you'll notice Francis is just aiming at random shit. So there, for some reason, he was shooting at this billboard, which I have not looked at before. I don't know why they're all badgers. That's funny. He's fighting back though. That's the interesting thing about reinforcement learning. I can't tell you why he's shooting at the billboard. It's not an error with the data. It's just learned behavior. So for whatever reason, he thinks that's the way. Wow. Bit of an upset on our hands right now, guys. We got the TF normal bot up 1-0. 1 round up on Francis. That's crazy. Oh, now of course he's running away. So hold on, I actually have to spawn and bait him into shooting a rocket. That's the easiest way to restart the round. Where are you? Where are you, TF bot? Where'd he go? Where's he at? Okay. It's a bit dumb that I have to do that. Oops. Francis would lead, but you can see Francis is just randomly shooting the side. Don't know why that is. That wasn't happening in testing. Well, now we wait again for him to kill himself. End it all, Francis. Sweet release. Come on. All right. Well, this is a bad start. I only tested the easy and the expert bots, so this is uncharted territory. Those are good rockets, though. Like I said, it's not a bug or anything. I would have noticed if there is some prescient issue with how the data is sent to Francis. But for whatever reason, wow, what a clutch from the normal bot. He's hanging on here. Oh my god, the air shots! But Francis didn't care. He tanked the air shot and won anyway. Crazy. Something I've also noticed is that specifically the second and third shots that Francis does always seem to be like 30 degrees off. If you guys look closely, you'll notice. So there's the first shot, always on target. Second and third shot, always off target by like 30 degrees. Don't know why that is. That's not a programming heuristic. That's not something I've noticed in other versions of Francis. That's something that this version of Francis decided to learn on its own, and I don't know why. Again, probably something to do with the biased nature of the training. And of course, he just killed himself again. No way. Final round. This is game point for Francis against the normal bot. He's got to win here. Kind of a bad start, but the normal bot misses the air shot. Francis with a huge health advantage, but can he close it out? No! The TF bot escapes with his life. Now Francis is going to kill himself. Unless he gets one look, one opportunity. The long-range rocket, it's not close. He just needs the littlest bit of splash damage, but I don't think it's going to happen. The TF bot has picked up a health pack because he knows where health packs are. He picked up another health pack. It's all over for Francis. No! He takes the honorable way out and just kills himself. 5-4, so that's it. That's a win for the normal bot. I was not expecting that at all. Gotta sleep. Thanks for hanging out. All right. So Francis loses that one, but just out of curiosity, I want to see another round on normal. Let's see what that looks like. So I got a what? I got an item. Maybe Francis sees the picture. Could be. He doesn't even want to look at his opponent. He's so hoity-toity. He's like, nope, nope, you're not worth my time. Maybe that's what killed him. He didn't respect his enemy enough. And now all of a sudden, TF bot running away with it. Wait, TF bot accidentally shooting himself on death's door at 18 health, but he finds the pack and he continues to run. Of course, I am going to want to do this again eventually. Yeah. With a real map where the bot can't run away and Francis is maybe a little bit more dialed in than he is right now. Francis, what a poor showing, man. What's happening, bud? I actually don't know. I wonder if maybe something's a little different from when I trained. Oh, huge air shot! Air-to-air missile. Francis still has a chance, though. He can clutch this one up just for the glory. This is Thug Finals. Big rockets, big air shot from the TF bot. Wow, but it's not enough. You guys like my shoutcasting I'm doing? It's like it's a competitive match. Huge damage, destroyed, and now Francis has tied it back up after looking defeated the whole time, down 3-1, down 2-0 rounds. Well, the TF bot now on double game point. This is for the glory. Francis, big direct. Now it's game point. Who will take it? I'll say if Francis wins this, it's looking bad though. It's looking bad. He's up against the wall. Hits one good rocket. He's still against the wall. Francis, it's bad against... Oh, it's overtime! Oh! Francis doesn't know to not stand near the wall and get splashed. It's overtime! If Francis wins this, I'm down to let him play it out. Oh, big air shot. Big air shot. And that's it. That's it. TF bot escapes. He runs out of there. It's all over. Normal bot defeats Francis. Incredible, just incredible stuff, everybody. Well, I was gonna say if Francis managed to win this round, I was okay with going from best of 3 rounds to best of 5. But that's pretty That's pretty definitive. A 3-0 for the normal TF bot. Francis shooting the worst I've ever seen him shoot. It almost makes me think I fucked something up, but I don't know what I could have possibly fucked up. My code is correct. I could try a different version of Francis, but maybe we'll do that later. All right, everyone, give it up for the normal difficulty TF bot. TF bot. And now we'll get him out of here and on to the next one. Oops, I forgot to end the code. My console's filled with errors. Whoops. All right, now let's give our next opponent entry into the ring. It's the hard difficulty TF bots. Add them in there. We're all set. Load up the code. Oh wait, I know why Francis is losing. He shouldn't be spawning on that side. Hold on. No, okay, he's spawning in the right spot. Okay. And here we go. Francis versus the hard bot. Ooh, close round. Only 13 health, but the normal bot does clean that up. Now, like I said, the first round is usually other bot favored, since Francis always tends to err a little bit. Francis got a clutch up, though. He keeps letting the TF bot escape. And the TF bot from long range ends it. Oh my goodness. I am actually wondering if something changed. Francis was hitting better shots before. Oh my god, destruction! Destruction! Francis getting played like a chump. What the heck? Oh my goodness. Oh wait, guys. I actually don't. I swear. So I tested it against the expert version of the bot, and he was doing better against the expert version than he is against the normal and the hard bot. So I don't know if that's. I don't know what's happening. Holy shit. I do have one more version of Francis we can fight against, and maybe that'll change things. But as it stands right now, Francis is getting worked by the TF bots. What the heck? The heck, man. All right, where's he at? Shoot a rock at me, coward. Show yourself, coward. There he is. Francis, some better rockets now, but he keeps letting the TF bot escape, and that's a guaranteed loss for him, pretty much. He really is not trained in those long-range matches. It's just a matter of time till he shoots a wall. Crazy. What an upset. No one could have predicted this. This shows again that you can't take anything for granted with the testing. Francis just not putting rockets on target. There's one. He's just all over the place. Yeah, I do really wonder if something is different, but I actually don't know what could possibly be different. I changed nothing. I'm using the exact same commands. I literally tested this like an hour ago. All right, Francis, give it up. Kill yourself. You're gonna lose, man. Just take the honorable way out. End our suffering. Come on, Francis. Actually, I've never seen him go to this corner before. Usually he's still trying to aim at the TF bot, so then he goes into this corner. I might have to force kill him. Oh my gosh. I was not prepared for this. How do I do that? Bot. I think it's bot kill. I'll take I'll end his life. I'll put him out of his misery. Okay. Francis is looking better now. 3 clean rockets, and there's 4. Is he going to kill himself? No, he's still got a chance. He's down 1 round. He got 0-5'd. So this is already more points than he got the entire last round. And he's charging back. Oh, I was so close, but he just can't get more than 2 rockets on target, it seems. Fascinating. He's got the TF bot on the ropes, though. TF bot with 3 health. No, and Francis can't clutch it out before dying himself. What a disaster for deep reinforcement learning AI proponents everywhere. Francis charging again. Small health advantage. Dodges the last rocket. He's barely alive. Please don't kill yourself. There's still a chance. He's still in it. Go, Francis. Go, Francis. Go. Another good rocket. And he's brought it back. From the brink of disaster, it's the last round, but can he clutch up? He's choked every single last round. Thus far, it's not a great start for Francis, but he's hanging in there. TF bot clutches it out. It's all over for Francis, the champion. TF bot, hard difficulty. Nobody could have predicted this except for the people who watched the normal bot beat him, because then it's a little bit more obvious. Well, okay. What a match. That's an all-timer right there. Alright, now let's get the expert bot in here and find out if it really is different, or maybe if somehow the expert bot is worse than the normal and the hard bot. TF bot, kick all. Goodbye, Mr. TF bot. And then now we're adding, here, and I'll even show you guys. So that was the last command I used, hard. And we're going to change it to expert out into the server. And reload the code. And let's get it. For some reason, Francis does spawn in the wrong spot when it's loading, but then during the actual match, he goes to the correct spot. Very interesting. Begin! Francis with a rare 3rd rocket on target, and oh my goodness! Have a great day. Have a great day yourself. Thanks for the sub, man. Francis with the first lead. It feels like all day. Can he close it out? No. We're back to even. Expert bot fighting hard. Francis having to dig deep. Francis missing all his shots, getting bounced out of the arena for the first time I've ever seen. Expert bot with the lead now. What's gonna happen next? Francis shutting down all of his momentum immediately. 3 crisp rockets right to the feet. Again, you can see the first rocket from Francis almost always on target. 2nd and 3rd rocket, never on target. I don't know if he's just reading movement or what. So far, a very even match though. They're trading back and forth. Who's more clutch, though? Who's got it when it really matters? Francis, damage lead, but he can't close it out. TF bot far away now. Francis picks him off from range. Neither of these guys is letting the other go up by more than 1 point. It was Francis' favorite at the start. Then it was TF bot. Now it's even again. Now it's Francis again. Francis taking control of the match for the first time, it feels like, since the easy bot. Why is he doing better against the expert bot than the normal and the hard bot? Nobody knows. It actually doesn't make any sense. And Francis clutches it out despite dying. It doesn't matter. The TF bot was too far away. That is a 1-0 on round score for Francis. Shocker. We're gonna do best of 5 now though. I've decided this is hype enough. Instead of best of 3 rounds, this is grand finals. So we're gonna do best of 5. The TF bot can give up 1 more round and still win. But let's see if he does it. TF bot against the wall, literally. Not getting as much damage, but he does manage to slip out of the arena. And that's got to be good for him. That's a good feeling. Francis, totally lost. Doesn't know what to do. He's doing his best to aim at the bot, but he doesn't know what he doesn't know. Oh, and it's a tragedy. TF bot playing the long game, hunkering down, picking up the small health pack, rotating around to the medium health pack. He does this every time too. I don't know why he doesn't just go for the bigger health pack first. and then waiting in his ivory tower for a real threat while Francis kills himself. All of a sudden, we got a real match on our hands. TF Bot managing to take a 2-0 lead at the start of this second round, we'll call it. Francis in trouble, but the TF Bot misses the easy air shot. It doesn't matter. TF Bot cleans it up. Wow, what a mighty response from the expert TF Bot. He's saying to Francis, he said, "You ain't shit. That was a fluke. I'm clutch. Me, expert default TF Bot. Me, I'm clutch." Can he complete the clean sweep though? Francis, rockets all over the place, getting air shot, craters. It's a clean sweep on the second round for the expert bot. Destruction, utter destruction. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a match on our hands. The round score is now tied 1-1. Whoops. As a reminder, this is not going to be the last round. We're going to do best of 5. So both of them need 2 more rounds to win. Hey, shoot me, dumbass. 2 more rounds for both of them. Who's got the juice? TF Bot looking imperious on the reset. Can Francis slow his momentum down? That's a good start, but he can't get the last rocket out in time. It's looking bad for Francis, guys. At least this version of Francis. Francis snatching victory from the jaws of defeat. 10 health. Nearly killing himself. If he just walks forward a little bit, he's dead. I think Francis desperately, more than anything, he needs that first rocket to hit. If he misses the first rocket, you already know the second and third rockets are missing too. And then it's all over. These TF bots ain't loyal. Francis jumping over the rocket, surfing in close. Hold on, signs of life from the reinforcement, the deep reinforcement learning agent. Oh, but he's lost. Oh, he's so lost. And TF bot cleans it up now. Game point. Or round point for TF bot. Huge first rocket, but Francis answers. Francis with the cleanest 2 rockets the world has ever seen. He still needs another point to equalize. He could still lose it all right now. It's a bad start. Big direct though. They're even. 1 more rocket. Oh, it's a tie. Oh, he was 1 point too far. Francis killed him. The score was actually 5-4, but he died first. That's all it takes. TF bot now up 2-1 in the set. Game point now. Oops. Will he clutch it out, or does Francis have something else to say? Hello? Shoot me? There we go. Francis starting off, he's hurt. Doesn't die. But neither does the TF bot. And this is bad news for Francis. Even though he's got the health advantage, this guy's just going to run away. Francis losing losing to the map. Has to be said. It's a bit unfortunate. The thing is, if Francis isn't killing him in close quarters, this is what he deserves. This is the fate he earns. You got to kill him, or suicide's the only way out. Expert TF bot taking the lead in what could be the final set. Francis aiming at nothing, literally aiming at nothing, a full 90 degrees off the pace. Don't know why that is. Makes no sense. Francis, knowing it, locks himself back in. 5 on target rockets in a row. Where did that come from? Where was that last round? Francis once again showing he needs to miss 2 rockets every single round for some reason. Expert bot taking a lead. It's looking bad for Francis, but he fights back. 2 clean directs. No! He gives it up. He kills himself. Francis, no. Francis just opting not to shoot there for some reason. And that's it. The TF expert bot takes the championship. What a disaster for Francis. All right, well, that's it for Francis. version 1, but I do actually have, I have 2 other versions of Francis that I can try. And since that was pretty quick and pretty entertaining, we might as well try them both. So I'm going to go ahead and tfbot kick all again. And we're going to start at the easy again. This version of Francis that I'm about to load in is actually from the same training run as the Francis we just watched. So what we just watched is Francis loaded from the very end of that training run, of that 30-hour training run. That would be at the end of Epoch. Epoch is like a one train then test cycle. And then in a full training run that takes 30 hours, it's 1,024 epochs. So that was the 1,024 epochs version of Francis. But that was actually not the highest score that Francis achieved during that training run. The highest score he achieved was about halfway through at epoch, 458 was actually the highest score. Now, again, that doesn't actually mean that this version of Francis that I'm now loading is better, because we can't really tell, because he's fighting himself. So it could have just been that maybe he had worse defense at that time, but better aim. And this is now the easy bot, right? I added an easy bot. Pretty sure I did. So this is Francis 2. From my very brief testing, the reason I didn't start with this version of Francis is because he, this is the easy TF bot. The reason I didn't start with this version of Francis, he was decent at aiming, but it seemed like he was shooting the ground more often and killing himself. But we're going to find out right now if it actually makes a difference. Oh man, the easy bot stealing a point from Francis, only 5 HP. I thought it was over. The TF easy bot literally blowing himself up. Never seen that before. But if you remember, the last version of Francis also only dropped 1 round against the easy bot. So this, for all we know, could still be just as good. Francis again, not hitting those second and third rockets, but in general, looking a lot better. Maybe more consistent, who knows? That's 1-0 on the round score for Francis against the easy bot. We'll call him Francis 2, even though he came before the first Francis we saw. And yep, looking like cleanup time, looking like professional versus an amateur here. TF EasyBot just doesn't know what to do. Francis hitting pretty consistent rockets. Dare I say more consistent than the last version of Francis we just watched. Still somehow deciding to miss the second and third rockets each time, every single trial. Don't know why. Oh, but TF Bot, even with a huge health disadvantage, manages to sneak out with 22 health. And now this round is going to go his way. But is it enough to win? I don't think so. Francis aim going crazy. What's happening to him? Locked back in, but it's too late. Once he lets TF Bot out of the arena, it's curtains for him. So clearly now we have this version of Francis doing worse against the easy bot. But don't get ahead of yourself. There's still a chance that he's better than the other version of Francis against the normal and the hard bots. Not this round, though, clearly. Bro just straight up walked out of there. Francis didn't even try to stop him. And all of a sudden, the easy bot has taken the lead against Francis with the highest reward. Francis completely missing over and over again, but the TF bot choosing to hang it out, not run, and ultimately that will be his downfall. Tied up 3-3. Francis being pushed to his limit against the easy bot. Who could have predicted this? Literally not me. Nice little long-range direct there from Francis. Love to see it. And just one more point and we can close out this easy bot. And there it is. Francis taking a little bit more damage than before, looking more difficult, but does get it done and cleans up the easy bot. Now let's try the normal bot once again. Where is it? Hard normal. And reset. This is the right version of Francis. Yep. So now this is Francis v2 versus the normal bot. Let's see if he can get redemption or revenge for his fallen comrade from the previous set. We're going to ignore that because obviously he was loading still. 1-0, but the least impactful 1-0 ever. Now Francis coming alive, shooting some pretty good rockets. The normal bot definitely launching him, but Francis doing well to avoid getting air shot. Already this looks better than the last version of Francis. Again, notice how Francis decides to miss every second rocket. For some reason, don't know why it's always the second rocket. And the TF bot should have lost, but he squeaks out of there, and now he's going to take it. With a slim lead, 2-1, but remember that first round, a little fraudulent. Can Francis stabilize? Huge miss from Francis. He has not put a single rocket this round on target. There it is. He could still win this round, though, after literally whiffing 5 rockets. Nope, the TF bot makes it out. GG, Francis, GG. Francis has got to lock in here. Now, he is doing better than the last Francis. The last Francis got 5-0'd by the normal bot. Francis with a chance, he's got to hit one more rocket. Does get it done! And barely avoids shooting the wall and killing himself afterwards. Francis v2 with signs of life. Another big direct. Normal bot fighting back, but it's not enough. Francis, too much damage too early. Oh, and he kills himself. He gives it up. No. Francis. Yeah, because the bots train. Oh, huge directs from the TF bot. TF bot takes round number 1. Out of nowhere, it was looking so even. But yeah, because Francis trains with 1 infinite ammo, but also infinite health, he doesn't really, you know, he's not like a player where he knows, you know, losing more health is bad. He's just like, oh, it's health. Like, I don't care. But he doesn't realize that it could kill him because he's never trained like that. Hey, shoot me. Hey, shoot me. Let's see if things change in round 2. TF bot caught a little bit, but Francis giving up position, letting him escape the arena. TF bot choosing not to leave though, only 8 HP, but can Francis hit the long range shot? No! It barely whiffs, and TF bot is still hanging around. Francis needs 1 rocket. Francis, what are you doing, bud? He's aiming up in the air. Francis! No, and the TF bot with 8 HP fucking slimes him. Big air shot from the normal bot. Crazy. Big damage. It's looking over for our boy Francis. I do have one more version of Francis we can try. Okay, wait, but signs of life? All he needs to do is put his rockets on target. I don't know why sometimes he just doesn't. It's not like anything changes. Even health right now, both kind of doing some chip shots. Francis getting a little bit of a launcher, manages to evade that last rocket to tie it up, and crucially does not kill himself. Why you low-key look crackable? Is that even a word, bro? What do you mean? How am I supposed to answer that? I'm just gonna pretend I didn't see it. And Francis taking a lead. Signs of life yet. Francis is getting wrecked. He is. He literally wasn't in testing. But wait. Francis v2 is looking way better than Francis v1. Can he close it out though? He's up. He's on game point. I clicked away. Francis low health. Letting the TF bot escape It's all over for Francis. It's because I'm shit. What? Oh, because I'm hot as shit? Is that what crackable mean? Crassable? Did he misspell it, or is that actually what it is? Oh, but Francis cleans up, and we have an actual match in our hands. If you remember, Francis V1 got 2-0'd with a quickness. He got 3-0'd with a quickness. Francis V2 now has tied the normal bot 1 round to 1 round. And he's looking good here. Does manage to trade it out. Some nice rockets by both opponents. Love to see it. Big launcher for the normal bot, but isn't able to capitalize. Another launcher, another miss. Francis chipping him down. Barely avoids cratering. He has 8 health. A little bit higher. He dies to fall damage. But he stays in it. The fight on Francis V2 is incredible. He's refusing to lay down. He will not let it go without a fight. Now he's taking control of the match. Francis V2 out of nowhere. Oh my god. Does Normalbot have anything to say to this? No! Francis is imperious! He lives again! Can Normalbot do anything? Or is it all over? Another even match. TFBot backing in the corner. Hits a long-range rocket. He's still in this. But let me tell you what, you do not want to go down 2-1 in round score versus Francis. Oh, huge air shot from Normalbot, but it's not enough. Talk to him, Francis. Let him know. Let him know. All right, this is fun. I was going to do best of 3, but I like it enough that we can do best of 5. So Francis just has to do win one more best of 5 or first to 5 to officially declare himself better than Francis V1, and he kills himself right away. Josh, just wait. You just got here. You missed the whole saga of Francis V1. You guys are gonna have to check out the YouTube video. This is a story for the ages. Francis V2 clutching again on single-digit health. He can't keep getting away with it. Normalbot hitting these huge launchers, but not able to do anything with it. Francis cleaning up. Clearly so much better than Francis V1, who, as a reminder, Francis V1, same exact training run, trained twice as long. That's the thing about reinforcement learning. Longer training does not mean he got better. TFBot fighting back, taking advantage of some missed rockets from Francis, able to clutch up, keep this game 4 close. But Francis just has all the control. Oh, another nice long-range rocket, another 30 HP win, and Normalbot has tied it back up. We thought he was away. Francis was up 2 rounds. Francis doing his best to fight the momentum, but a huge direct from Normalbot. It's not enough. Francis on game point now. 1 more round, and he officially claims his spot as the best Francis. Oh, but huge damage. He doesn't crater, though. He's by the wall. This is so dangerous for Francis. And ladies and gentlemen, we have a last stock situation for the Normalbot versus Francis. Can the Normalbot extend, or will Francis end it right here? Francis getting bounced so unfortunately. Incredible rocket placement from the Normalbot, and this is going to be a round win. Out of nowhere, the underdog. Ladies and gentlemen, we now have a 2-2 game. It's game 5. Game 5. Francis versus the Normalbots. Can Francis reclaim... Shoot me. Can Francis reclaim the glory of his fallen other Francis? Or will the TF-bots reign supreme? Oh, it's a huge trade. Francis has got to be happy coming away with a... I can't type and commentate at the same time. Francis was down, manages to make something of that round, but he keeps getting bounced behind this corner. Stays strong, fights it back, and now Francis 1 point up in this final game against the Normalbot. Francis in the air, Francis in danger. Normalbot not doing enough damage. Francis on the ropes, but he hits a clean direct. If you're Normalbot, you gotta be slapping yourself for that one. He had it, and he gave it all up. Francis in the air getting air shot. TF bot out of the corner, but he's taken so much damage, and Francis recovers what could have been a terrible round for him. Now game point. Francis versus the normal bot. Can he clutch it? He's in the air again. He's not hitting a single rocket. Not a single rocket has been close. The TF bot had to walk into where he was shooting for Francis to do damage, and Francis still might win. He's got no health. Okay, normal bot, signs of life. He needed to win that round. Francis is now choking. Francis with the last stock nerves. Oh, both of them against the wall. Francis shooting nowhere, and all of a sudden, he's given away his advantage. It's last stock, game 5. Who's gonna take it? Francis is in the air. Gets a little bit of splash from the ground. Both even health. TF bot. It's overtime! Overtime, game 5! Come on, Francis. This is years of my life, bro. You need to kill the fucking normal TF bot. No, it's looking bad. TF bot escaping. Francis with no health. He gets it done. It's double overtime! I can't believe it! Oh my god! I can't watch. I can't watch. This is too intense. Francis with a huge health advantage, though. Is this it for our normal bot challenger? It is! Francis taken to the brink, and he overcomes. Francis V2 officially better than Francis V1, who got twice the training and exactly the same settings. Oh my lord! Unbelievable. What a match. What a match. Holy crap. I'm sweating, guys. I was not expecting it to be that intense. That was the normal difficulty bot. And again, as a reminder, there are 4 difficulty levels. They each get progressively better, or they should. They should. I don't know if they actually are. So that was normal bot. Now we're going to see how Francis V2 performs against the hard bot. HARD space add. There he is. Our hard bot has joined the server. I'm going to go ahead and reload the program. Whew. Whew, I gotta calm down after that last set though, bro. My heart was beating. I was not expecting a double overtime clutch by Francis. But let's see. Now he's gonna be tested even more against the hard bot. There you go. Server's loading. How well can Francis V2 do? Can he succeed where Francis V1 failed? Or will the story be the same? Francis doing well in this first round, despite, you know, having a 2-second disadvantage at the very beginning. Oh, wait, also... Hold on, this is fraudulent. The guy started with 1 point before the thing started. Well, we'll see. We'll see, we'll see. I'll give Francis a 1 extra if it's close. Francis is looking to be in control of this hard bot, despite having a basically 2-point disadvantage. He's already equalized the score. What's happening? Is Francis learning live? He's not. I actually know for a fact that he's not learning live. But it almost seems like he is. It almost seems like he's figuring out his opponent. He's not. He's literally not. I wrote the code. I can guarantee he's not. But what if he was? But what if he was, though? Francis, huge health advantage, but can he close it out? The TF bot escaping on 2 health. No, he doesn't. But the TF bot does clutch up. Oh, disaster for Francis. Oh no. And now hard bot with game point, match point. Francis aiming at nothing. Literally aiming at nothing. All right, we'll give it to TF bot because it wasn't 5-4. We'll say the hard bot won that one. We all know it was a little fraudulent, but still a great showing from Francis. And now we go again. Remember, this is best of 5, so it's not over for Francis. Hardbot has to win 2 more first to 5 sets in order to close this out. And as we've seen, Francis, he's kind of clutch. Hold on, where did he go? Shoot me. There you go. Francis with no delay this time, getting right to it, getting launched in the air. Not able to do much damage, though. Neither of them really doing any damage to each other. And the hardbot sneaks out of the arena. Boo. Coward. Francis taking the honorable way out. Resetting the round. He wants more. Oh! Disgusting. Hardbot now taking control of this set. Another huge air shot. What can Francis do? But he's got the health advantage. He just can't put another rocket on target. Oh, it's a disaster for Francis V2. It's all falling apart for Francis V2. He's got the damage. It's the first time Hardbot has missed an air shot, but he makes up for it immediately. Francis had him on the ropes, but just can't get that crucial last rocket. And it's a blowout. TF Bot 1 point away from taking a 2-0 lead in the set, but he's whiffing a lot of rockets. This is looking great for Francis. Signs of life. He can fight this back. Francis, a nice direct after completely whiffing once. Big health damage. He's in the air though. Clutches it. Single-digit health. Francis fighting back tooth and nail to hang in here in this second game. Huge direct. Huge second direct. Francis is bringing it back. He was down 4-0. He just needs one more, and then he can force an overtime. It's a good start. It's a good second rocket eventually. And it's not enough. He's 1 point away from forcing an overtime. Oh, what a tragedy for Francis. Both of his games against the Hardbot ending 5-3. And again, clearly doing better than Francis V1, who I think was only able to get like 1 point against the Hardbot. Francis isn't out of this yet. Each of these sets has looked close, but he's got to hit the shots when they count. Oh, and TF Bot doing just that. Can Francis respond? He can! And then he kills himself. God damn it. Francis! Neither of them really hitting any rockets at all. TF2 Bot just casually walking out of there. Tough stuff. And now what looked like a close round, Francis down 2 points. He's got to firm up here. That's nature of competition. It's a one-time. He literally, what is he shooting at though? What the fuck is he shooting at? Why is he just shooting at nothing? It's like every like fourth round, he just aims like completely randomly, it seems like. Don't know why. There's no technical reason that should be happening. Francis has forgotten how to aim rockets. What is he doing? He doesn't know how to aim. And it's all over. I can't remember the score. That's it. That's it. That's it. A 3-0. I was going to say a close 3-0. The first two games were close. Third game, not close. Francis completely forgetting how to aim. Oh, and you just have to feel for him, man. That set could have gone so differently if not for the fraudulent first round and barely losing that second round. It looked like Francis's mental has just been defeated. What a shame. Well, congratulations to our hard bot against Francis V2 emerging victorious. And we have one more difficulty level for the stock bot to fight against Francis left. TF bot kick all. Add one red expert. TF bot. Let's get it. Francis V2 versus the expert bot. He doesn't matter. All the previous rounds, they don't matter. He can make up for everything by beating the expert bot right here, right now. But will he? It's looking bad. Every like 3 rockets is a good rocket. But he's hanging in there. Not too bad of a first showing. Again, the first round is always a little fraudulent because Francis has like a 2-second delay before he starts shooting. Francis fighting hard. Hasn't done much damage though, just can't get these shots on target. But there's no question, Francis V2 doing so much better than Francis v1. Why? Nobody knows. Literally nobody knows. It's the magic. That's the magic of reinforcement learning. Francis dodging pretty well, but just not able to put the damage in. But he does finally snag a point from the expert bot. Signs of life from the inanimate object. Oh, hitting a kind of a bad S-strafe there, losing all his momentum right as the TF bot shoots an air shot. Francis has to dig deep here. He's on the ropes. He's got the health advantage, but he still just can't put a rocket on target. No, that wall splash almost took it. He got the TF bot down to 4 HP, but it wasn't enough. That's a 1-0 round score to the TF bot. Can Francis do anything? Or is it already over? There's no question of whether robots will rule the earth or not. It's just a question of which robot will reign supreme. Right now, it's looking like hard-coded TF bot from fucking 20 years ago is still the champ against this new-aged, newfangled reinforcement learning technology. But Francis fighting back, nearly killing himself again, single-digit HP. And a much better start than the previous round. Can he keep this momentum going? He's up in the air. Hard bot, expert bot can't hit the air shot, but it doesn't matter. It's still enough damage. Now with the slight lead, expert bot with all the momentum. Francis hitting some good rockets, both bouncing all over the place. Francis no longer hitting good rockets. What a shame. What a shame. TF bot got down to 50 HP and then was not challenged at all. Why can't Francis aim some of the time? I don't get it. Oh, big rocket though. Oh, Francis managing to make something of that round, but if you're Francis, you know, you'd love to see that point achieved clean. Francis getting juggled up against the wall. And it's a 2-0. Now, it was 5-1 in the first round, 5-2 in the second. Maybe he's getting a little bit better. But he's got to figure it out right here, right now. Because this is game point for the expert bot against Francis v2. Let's see how it goes. Good opening from Francis, then totally whiffs 2 more rockets after that, but does get the first point. Francis in control for the first time this entire set. Francis hitting some good shots, avoiding well, but can he finish it out? Francis with a huge lead. He's never had a lead the whole set. Now he's up 2-0 on the expert bot. But is it too little too late? Oh! What an air shot! The expert bot is ruthless. That's gonna damage Francis's confidence. He's got to fight back here. 10 HP. Oh, almost gets the fadeaway trade. No, the expert bot lives on 1 single HP. What a disaster for Francis. But if you're a competitor, you can't let that affect you. You got to stay in the moment, and he does. He's up 4-2. This is Francis's chance to convert on the expert bot. After looking like he couldn't do anything against the expert bot in the first 2 rounds, he's on the brink. But he lets the TF bot squirt out, neither of them doing any damage to each other. And Francis is gonna accept the sweet kiss of death and go next. He's still got 1 point buffer. If you're Francis, you absolutely do not want to let this go to overtime. You know how dangerous the expert bot is in overtime. Oh, and they're just slugging each other. Francis taking the genius trade, saying, hey, even if you kill me, I win this round. And that's exactly what he does. And all of a sudden, what looked like a total blowout for the expert bot is now only a 2-1 game. But again, we're still stuck. The expert bot still with a chance to end it all right now. It just needs 1 more clean first to 5. And he can put Francis v2 away for good. But will he? I really should bind that command so I don't have to keep typing it. Francis with the health advantage, but lets the TF bot escape again with 2 HP. Oh, it's another disaster. Francis killing himself from the depression of barely not killing the expert bot again. Francis choosing the rare strategy of not shooting a rocket just to aura mog his opponent, and it works out. He gets the kill. He said, I don't need that rocket. I'll shoot whenever I goddamn feel like. Expert bot coming back, has something to say. Only 7 HP, but those were some nice directs there. Francis on the attack. He's got him on the ropes. It's tied up at 2-2. How is Francis doing better against the expert bot than he did against the hard bot? Nobody knows. Francis aim all over the place. Expert bot putting the clamps on him, taking control of this potential last game. Does Francis have anything left in the tank? Juggling each other, both hitting good directs. Who gets the last rocket? Oh, expert bot. So close, but clutches it out. Now this is game point. It's do or die for Francis. He's got to hit these shots. They're both in the air. Oh, huge air shot. An expert bot in imperious fashion. He said, you could have that round, but I get the set. 3-1. Expert bot taking it over Francis v2. Another classic set, everybody. GG's, Mr. Expert Bot. Now hold on. I said we had 3 versions of Francis. There is one more archaic version of Francis that I can blow the dust off of, and we can compare against the TF bots. Now I do have to explain a little bit, just because it's interesting. Hold on, I'm resetting. TF bot kick all. Okay. So this third and final version of Francis is actually an older version. So we watched Francis v1, which was actually older, more trained than Francis v2. Those aren't their actual names. That's just what I'm calling them in terms of the order. But actually on a run previous to both of those, I have one final Francis training run, if I can find it. Where is it? There it is, 17. From a previous 30-hour training run. So we'll call him Francis v3, but really he came before both of the other Francises we've seen today. Now I have something to show you guys. The difference between this version of Francis I'm about to show you. Hold on. Hold up. I gotta find it. I have to zoom in too so you guys can see it. Okay, so for Francis you just saw, this is the reward function that I've mentioned. So it's 2 times the amount of damage that Francis does, minus 1 times the amount of damage taken, plus a center bonus, plus some rocket proximity bonuses to help with training, basically. The closer the rockets get, the bigger these are. And then this one's not used. So, the 2 versions of Francis we just watched fight were trained with this reward function. The next version of Francis that we're going to watch was trained with this 2 changed to a 3. And it was also trained for the same amount of time, in the same manner, against himself. And the only difference is this coefficient here. And basically what that means, I'm going to change it back because I think I like 2 for the long term. But what that means is that Francis, trained under the 3x circumstance, is going to put a higher emphasis on dealing damage and a lower emphasis on evading damage and all the other things like getting close to center and whatnot. So there is absolutely a chance that this version of Francis is better suited to fighting against the default bots. So let's find out, but we're going to reset once again to our easy version of the TF bot. EASY add. Bang. And here we go. Loading up Francis v3. And it's easy to remember because he's the v3 is the one with the 3x reward. All right. And here we go. Francis versus the easy bot. Just a warm up, of course. Or maybe not. Maybe this version of Francis is worse. Who knows? I should know, but I have actually not tested these directly to each other before. So EasyBot with an early lead, but Francis pretty much perfecting that fight. I'm noticing already he's choosing to shoot himself a little bit more. I wonder if that'll come into play later, but his aim is definitely there. He just keeps trying to run at people and rocket jump, which I'm sure is going to kill him at some crucial moments in the future. But for right now, it's working out great. Taking a quick lead against the EasyBot. Let's see if he can put him away. As a reminder, the V1 Francis that we watched 10-1'd the EasyBot. The V2 version of Francis, it was like 10-3, but the V2 version of Francis did better against the normal and the hard and the expert bots. But right now, Francis V3 looking on track to match Francis V1's performance. Hello, TFBot, shoot a rocket. Hello, shoot a rocket. There you go. Let's see if Francis V3 can keep this clean. Already he's in danger though. Down on health. Lets the TFBot escape. And it's going to be no better than a 10-2 finish for Francis V3 against the EasyBot. This is cool, thank you. While we wait for Francis to kill himself, hit the follow button, guys. I'm trying to get more people, like a higher average viewership on Twitch, because that unlocks affiliate, and obviously affiliate is like subs and stuff, but I don't even care about subs. You know why I really want affiliate? I want affiliate because once I get affiliate, I unlock gambling on Twitch with fake internet points. And think about how much more fun this would be if you guys could bet imaginary internet gambling points on who's going to win each match. Francis V3, good at doing the damage, but not good at map control. For the second time in a row, allows the TF bot to escape, and now he's got to kill himself. And the TF Easy bot now taking control of this second round. Francis? Hello? Okay. Oh, he's going to kill himself. Oh, he does. No. Francis V3 with no regard for his own safety. He said, I don't need that round. I don't care. He's a baller. He's going to kill himself again. Just watch. No. Okay. He's good. He's good. Ties it back up. 3-3. Now, if he can just clean this up here, it's a little bit worse than the V2 version, but not by much. Just 1 point away. We'll keep the easy bot at a best of 3 just because it's not as exciting as the higher level bots. Francis with all the control gets it done, lets him know what he thinks of the easy bot. Talk your shit, Francis. Very nice. So like I said, we'll just leave that as a best of 3 for the sake of time. TF bot kick all. Great. So that was a 10-4 result for Francis V3. Only marginally worse than Francis V2. Certainly well within the realm of, statistical variation. But now we have the normal bot joining the server. And here I expect is where Francis V3 will really start to be tested. So here we go, loading it up. There's our normal bot. Warming up, I guess. Francis hitting the first rocket, and again missing the second and third rocket. Don't know why that is. These are training runs done weeks apart. Oh, and Francis in trouble early against the normal bot. Can he respond? Francis now with control. Damage advantage. Cleans it up nicely. Ties it back up. Francis definitely a little wild with the rockets, but avoids getting air-shotted. Does seem to be hitting those clutch 5th and 6th rockets that the other versions of Francis weren't. But maybe a little too aggressive for his own good. We'll have to see how it plays out. But he's putting the clamps on right now against the normal bot. with a commanding lead. Now remember, the V2 version of Francis did beat the normal bot, but the V1 did not. And now it's up to Francis V3. It looks like he's going to take this first round. But how big of a statement will he make? Oh, what a trade. But it doesn't matter. Francis taking the smart option, saying, I don't care if you kill me. I just want the round over. Gets it done. Clean. Up 1-0 against the normal bot. The normal bot, I now need to bait into shooting so that he restarts the round. Hey, idiot. The TF bot, it's kind of funny to watch his aim. The TF bot aiming, of course, much more smoothly than Francis does. For Francis, you can see him flicking for 1 frame. TF bot managing to escape there, taking the lead again, but if you remember, that's what happened last round. Didn't seem to do him that much good. Francis is swinging wildly. Down on damage, though. TF bot gets out nice and easy. Now Francis V3 in trouble here. Down for the first time in his tournament career. But can he answer back? Always seems to miss those second and third rockets. The normal bot coming alive here. Up 3-0 in the second round. Trying to take the momentum back from himself. Francis has something to say about it, though, with the damage advantage. Can he clutch it out, though? He does. Nice little long-range rocket snipe there to get himself on the board and build a little bit of crucial momentum to take him into the rest of the set. Oh, Francis deciding to run to the back wall. Not a great position. Leaves himself open to splash and lets the normal bot escape the arena, which is going to end in an honorable seppuku, of course. And Normalbot has taken massive control of the second game after getting 5-1 nearly himself. Now he looks to do that back to Francis. Francis once again running to the corner. Not a great strategy, but again, he doesn't know where the walls are. He's blind. He thinks it's all flat playing because that's how I trained him. So it's not his fault. It's my fault that I couldn't get a fucking flat map working because these stupid fucking bots. But just like that, Normalbot equalizes it. 1-1 in the set, ladies and gentlemen. We have a fight on our hands. But if you remember, this happened to Francis V2, and he did end up clutching that fight out. Let's see if Francis V3 can do the same. Hello, where'd he go? Shoot me. I really just gotta copy that so I can just paste it in. I keep typing it out full. And Francis immediately taking the momentum back for himself. He says, fuck you, 5-1 me, I don't care. He said, only thing that matters at the end of the day is the round score. Taking control here very solidly. The momentum swinging wildly. In round 1, it was Francis. In round 2, it was Normalbot. And now in round 3, Francis taking control, but lets the TF bot squeak out. And he's going to let him back into this game. Will it end up being a costly mistake? Let's find out. Francis whiffing the first 4 crucial rockets, and that's going to do it. And now he's let Normalbot back into this game. It was looking so strong for him, but he forgot how to aim. And now he's in the air. He's in trouble. He's against the wall. He can't aim. He doesn't know how to aim. He forgot how to aim. There it is. 7 rockets in. He remembered how to aim, but it was too late. And now Normalbot taking control. Almost for free. Francis asleep at the wheel. Francis chugging a Red Bull real quick. Figuring it out. Getting his shots better, but he hasn't done enough damage. And Normalbot squeaks out. Even though Francis is at full health, he's going to lose this round because he just couldn't stop TF bot from getting out of the arena. He loves this corner. The other versions of Francis were not going to the corner. I don't know what it is about this version of Francis V3. Again, the only difference was that coefficient on the reward term. And you can see we get vastly different behavior. And once again, Francis V3 just totally narcoleptic, does not care about his opponent at all. and just has to kill himself. And now Normalbot taking control of the set, up 2-1. Francis has got to dig deep here. Can he find it within himself to claw these last 2 games back and take the win over Normalbot? Hitting 1, 2, 3 good rockets, and Francis is right back into it. There, I copied it this time so I can do it faster. And just as quick as he got momentum back, oh! Francis rescuing what could have been a disastrous round. Could have lived, but we already know he likes to kill himself, so it's alright. Still not a bad result. Only down 1. All he has to do is just not forget how to aim. All his rockets are good. Oh, but TFBot just a little too far out of range, escaping on 9 health. No, what a disaster for Francis. And he's going to kill himself and give the tie. And if you guys remember, that's how he just lost the last round. If I'm Francis, I'm not giving anything away to my opponent for free. I just can't afford it. And Francis down on damage. Normalbot hitting some nice shots there. That was certainly an earned round. And he's going to now take the lead in what could be the final round of the set. Francis v3 fighting for honor here. Goes to his favorite corner. And it's over. Well, it's not over. But the round point is going to go to TF Normalbot. There it is, 4-2. Now Normalbot, game point. From what was such a promising start for Francis v3, he has forgotten how to aim again. He's just getting clobbered by the Normalbot. He's got no health, and that's it. The Normalbot closing it out against Francis v3. Well, certainly an entertaining match. Well fought by Normalbot. But you gotta feel for Francis v3 there, man. He had it. He had it, and he threw it all away. His balls are too big. He doesn't care about living. He just cares about his corner and hitting some nasty directs every once in a while, and not every time. All right, GG's to Mr. Normalbot. TFBot kick all. What up, Ryan? SML stop. All right. We'll get the Normalbot out of there, and we will now add in our penultimate challenger, the hard difficulty TFBot. There he is. They're all named the same. I could be adding their difficulty to their name, I guess, but it's annoying. I'm not gonna bother. All right. If you're Francis v3, you gotta just shake it off. You gotta shake it off. You gotta get your head right. You got to get ready for this next match against the hard AI. Now the standings right now put Francis v2 is the top dog, then Francis v3 under him, and then Francis v1 under that. Francis fighting, hitting some shots, but just ultimately not able to do enough damage to take that first round. Hardbot hitting a nice little head direct right there. Oh, and Francis is in trouble. Francis is in trouble here. Hardbot has come out the gates swinging. Francis has got to respond. Oh, he keeps getting directed though. Francis hitting some good shots, but it's just not enough against the Hardbot, who is just clobbering him over and over. Rockets direct to the face, direct to the feet. Finally a miss for Hardbot. Francis has got a chance to take this, but he's running out of time. No! Hardbot's gonna scoot away and hit the fadeaway shot around the corner. And it's 4-0 all of a sudden. So fast! It feels like the set just started and it's already over potentially for Francis. Can he answer back and get some crucial momentum? The answer is no. He's gonna get 5-0'd on his first round. That's not how you want to start the set. I don't know if you guys understand how competitive games work, but you don't want to lose. You want to win, generally. Oh, Francis hard, taking a moment. Oh, and what's this? We're hearing that we're hearing that Francis has taken a timeout to talk to his coach. All right, listen here, Francis. Here's what I need you to do. I'm going to get some liquid nitrogen and spray it on your heatsink. We're going to overclock you by 20% and also turn down your emotion circuit by 5%. Okay, good talk. I don't know. How do you give a pep talk to a fucking robot, guys? And we're back in it for round 2. Francis, huge directs. It seemed that the pep talk did wonders. The coach must be feeling very proud of himself. He deserves almost all of the credit. Clearly it was the coach's intervention that helped Francis, but now he's in a bad position against the back wall, getting splashed. And TF Bot, in an incredible reversal of fortune, TF Bot killing himself the same way Francis does. TF Bot may be learning live. He took Francis's signature move of shooting the wall that he didn't know was there. But TF Bot fighting back, hitting 3 very strong rockets out of the gate. Francis also fighting hard, brought him to 3 HP, but it wasn't enough. And now it's 2-all. Francis with a chance to take control of this set. He's looking good. Decent rockets, just 5 more damage. Oh, it gets it done. But TF Bot from downtown manages to salvage that round. What a set. All of a sudden, signs of life from Francis from down 0-5 to a close set and gets the kill on TF Bot. Francis with a lead. He's fighting back. 19 health. He stays alive somehow. He forgets how to shoot for 2 rockets. Oh, and it's tied up again. I'm losing my voice. I'm literally losing my voice, guys. This is too hype. Round point here. Francis getting juggled again, hitting some good rockets, but it's not enough. 21 HP. But Hardbot, narrowly, by the skin of his teeth, takes round number 2. And now he's up 2-0 in this best of 5 set. Does Francis have anything left in the tank? You have to wonder. All right, listen here, Francis. If you try your hardest, I will. What do you reward a robot with? I'm gonna up your voltage if you win this set, Francis. Think of the bitches. Think of the cyber bitches, Francis. You got this shit, man. Lock the fuck in, Francis. Anyway, where'd the guy go? Where is he? Where are you at? Okay. Now Francis, on his tournament life against the Hardbot, starts out strong, but then kills himself. No, Francis, no. He just doesn't care enough. Oh, he's jumping though. Oh, nice little air shot flick from Hardbot. Now taking control of this last game, you have to wonder if it's just going to fall away from Francis again like it has in the past. Francis fighting back, 26 HP, does equalize the score. Will he kill himself? No, not this time. He wants the bitches. He wants the overvolts. He's guzzling liquid nitrogen. He is stripping the tree. He is stripping the oxygen from the trees. Francis taking control. Can he hold on though? We've seen this before. He's taken the lead before, but just can't hang on to it. Will this time be different? He's polluting the world's water supply as we speak. Francis digging deeper and deeper. Oh no, disaster for Francis. TF Bot with 11 HP, but manages to get far enough away that he will secure this round for his people. Francis, you have to win, bro. Otherwise, you're poisoning the world's water supply and wasting all their energy for nothing. Big rocket, but not able to get another one. And now Hardbot, again, overturning the lead that Francis built. And it's looking bad for Francis. Huge rockets, though. Francis clutches it out. Will he kill himself, though? He does kill himself. No, I clicked away. I clicked the wrong direction. And Francis gives it up. He probably, you know what? It's respectable. He did it because he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to burn the ozone layer. He recognizes that it's not for him to corrupt our natural resources. So salute to Francis taking the honorable way out. What a set, though. from what looked like total destruction in the beginning, getting 0-5'd and then having 2 back-to-back last stock 4-5s. What a set, but at the end of the day, scoreboard don't lie, and that is a 3-0 round score for the hard TF bot. And now for our title fights, the last fight of the evening, we are going to boot our hard bot. Whoops. And we are going to add in the final challenger, the expert default TF bot. There he is. And last time I'll show this graphic. These are our levels of the TF bot. You can see the easy bot takes a whole second to react and only aims once every 1 second. The expert bot, we just fought the hard bot, 0.3 seconds to react, 0.1 second update rate. And then the expert bot, 0.2 seconds, basically the same as human reaction time. And then an update interval of half that of the hard bot, as well as some other bonuses maybe, I don't know. Let's see how this final bout shapes out. And as we've seen before, the expert bot does not necessarily do better against Francis. But this is Francis v3's final hurrah. Can he do his reinforcement learning brethren proud and clutch this out? Now here we go. Into the fight. Francis v3 opting to not shoot a rocket. And that will be his undoing. He's already down 1-0 in the set. But remember, ladies and gentlemen, he was down 0-5 in the first set against the hard bot. Managed to bring it back. Expert bot looking good, though. Francis not doing bad, bringing him down to 21 health after getting air shot. Certainly not a bad showing, but he's going to have to find a little bit more damage if he wants to win this fight. And again, just 10 damage off. He's so close to trading this out, but the scoreboard don't lie. He's already down 3-0 in this first round, and the expert bot is just piling on the damage. It's close, though. Francis gets it done. Will he kill himself, though? He tries. He's still trying to kill himself. Will the round end? He gets it clean. Francis lives, despite his best efforts. Oh, well, it all for nothing. But 4-1, you might notice that's better than his first round score against the hard bot. And already he's got the damage advantage, but can he clutch it out? He does! Snipes a long-range rocket, and hold on. Ladies and gentlemen, Francis v3 is not out of this fight just yet. He can't give up another point, though, and already he's whiffed 4 rockets. 5 rockets, 6 rockets, it's over. It's over. That's going to do it for round 1, but Francis with some crucial momentum that hopefully he can carry into the later rounds of this set. This can be a long set. TF Expert Bot only up 1-0. Certainly not an overcomable deficit. Overcomable? I don't know. One sec. And here we go, round 2. Francis, off to a bad start, just looking the wrong way for those first 2 rockets. An Expert Bot hitting perfect launchers, perfect air shots, again, right at the feet. 2 misses, though, and that's all it takes, and Francis is right back in it. Will he kill himself, though? He really wants to. He does! This Francis v3 refuses to stay alive. He's just swagging at this point. He doesn't care. He just wants blood. He doesn't care if it's his own. He's a stupid robot. And again, not too far off, but seems that Expert Bot has the edge. Now, Expert Bot missing, though, in a bad position, up against the wall, and Francis cleans up another rocket. Surely he's got enough health that he won't kill himself this time. He does not. Francis not out of this yet, only down 1 round and 1 point, and he ties up the point. He ties up the points. 2 more points, and he can steal this round from the Expert Bot and tie the set back up as it is, but it's looking bad. Nice little dodge there, choosing the correct time to turn around and run away from the rocket, but it's not enough. Expert Bot gets out with too much health, and there's nothing Francis can do. Once again, Not too difficult. I mean, not too far off there. 5-3, that is a close set, but he's just not hitting the rockets when it matters. And the TF Expert bot now up 2-0. Now, this is a tougher deficit to overcome, but we've seen crazier things happen before. Will we see a miracle today against the Expert bot? Shoot me. Shoot me! Shoot me! Hello? Okay, jeez. And we're back in it. Francis up against the wall. Not great positioning. And he's going to take an early deficit against the Expert bot. Is this it? Does Francis have anything left in the tank? Oh, and almost gets the recovery. TF Expert bot at 6 HP. Just barely winning these rounds more consistently than Francis. Francis V3, I'm noticing, jumping a lot, and it's hurting him a lot at the start of the round, because if you jump, you can't start moving. The jump will, you know, lock you in place for a few seconds. And TF Expert bot taking advantage of that, certainly. TF Expert bot down this round on damage, but Francis just refusing to look at him, and TF Expert bot is going to come away with this round. Francis is going to take the honorable way out, and all of a sudden what looked like a close match has fallen completely apart for Francis. This is just for pride now. He can't aim. He has not hit TF Expert bot a single time. There it is. And that's it. TF Expert bot cleaning up the day. Well, GG's everybody. That's it. TF Expert bot is going to take this, but I'm going to get revenge for my boy Francis. Oh wait, it's going to reset him. Damn it. Me and Francis Rutsu, bro. Oh wait, get him, Francis. Get his ass. I'm just here as moral support. Okay, wait, actually, hold on. I know what to do. Francis, I'm coming! Francis! Get his ass! Get his fucking ass, Francis! Get his ass! Get his ass! Oh, shit. And then when he runs away, I have to kill the bot before Francis kills himself as medic. Hit him! God damn it! Stay alive, Francis. No! Francis! Francis! You got it, bud. Crit heals. No, he's attacking me! Get his ass, Francis! He's distracted! Get his ass! Get his ass! Nice, nice. No, stay alive. No, don't kill yourself. No, please, you have so much to live for. Please. There we go. No, he keeps attacking me! You fucking bitch! Francis, no! Live, Francis! Oh wait, I can crossbow him and heal. Francis, no! I can't hit for shit, no! Oh no. Guys, I can't lose this. I mean, it was fun in games before, but it's like I'm actually healing the bot that I created. And we can't fucking win. My aim sucks! Okay. Come on, Francis, we gotta win this. I was gonna say do it for humanity, but this is really for robots everywhere. Very nice. Very nice. Alright, that's 1-0. 1-0 for the power couple, Francis and Trey. I baited him into taunting. That was calculated. That was on purpose. See, Francis cleaned it up. He knew. Francis, don't die. Please. Francis in trouble. Even with the heals, he's still very down on health. Oh, and TFBot kills himself. You and me, Francis Rutsu. We got this shit. Ow. Ow. Ow, ow, ow. Nice. It was worth it. I gave my life. I gave my life for him. Oh, shit. Why don't I haven't hit a single crossbow. I feel like I don't know how to aim the crossbow. And all of a sudden what looked like would look like a win for Team Blue. No, live, Francis, live. No, live. No, you have so much to live for, Francis. No, Francis. You gotta build an Uber charge. That's what I really need. Sir, Francis, what are you doing? Shoot him, not the wall. Francis. God damn. He's not shooting him. Bro, it's literally, it's like a love triangle, okay? I'm trying to shoot Francis with the crossbow. The other bot's trying to shoot me. And Francis is trying to shoot the fucking wall. It's tied. We can't lose this. We literally can't lose. There's no excuse. Get his ass, Francis. Corner his ass. Yes. No, live. No, live. No, live. Please live. Come on. We got this shit. Come on. Come on. I don't know why this guy only focuses me. Francis? Oh, that's it. Okay, 2-0. Up 2-0 in the set. Hey, hey, shoot me. Live, Francis, live. No, I couldn't save him, but he did get the kill. It's all right. We're still in this shit. 1-1. Anything less than a 3-0 is a failure. Yes, Francis. Yes. No, don't kill yourself. No. Bad Francis. Bad Francis. Live. Shoot him, Francis. Yes. Yes. I'm cheesing. I missed. I'm dead. Kill him, Francis. Avenge me. He's got 17, Francis. No, he still died. Francis. I'm coming, Francis. No. I should have fucking Uber sold him. No. No, it's tied again. This is sudden death. If we lose this round, it's over. I can't aim for shit. No. No. No, he's on game point. I refuse to lose. No, Francis is already fucking dead. God damn it. Well, I guess that just goes to show the fucking expert bots are OP as fuck. Francis tried his darndest, but he doesn't know what he doesn't know. And that's gonna do it for this edition of Tuesday night fight night. What's the name? I don't know. That's gonna do it. All right, that's it for the content, for the TF2 content today. But wait, because I actually have more content. That's right. I've shown up to stream today with not just one content, but 2 contents. So just give me a second to get that going. I do warn you, it is not TF2 content. So if you're only here for TF2, you know, thanks for watching. Don't sweat it if you got shit to do or you want to leave or you don't care. But what we're doing next, I'm excited about. I'm still playing TF2 on the other monitor. Hold on, I gotta close down, or I'll just be distracted the whole time. That's right, more content incoming, because not only have I prepared this version of Francis Fight Night, which was fun. Honestly, that was more fun than I was expecting. Little now that it's over, I can tell you guys I literally tested against the expert bot right before going live. And Francis was like 5-0ing him. I only tested the easy bot and then the expert bot. But it did seem like he was doing worse against the expert bot than he was in training. So I don't know what changed. Nothing changed. Maybe it was just random seed. I don't know. But it was still fun. And obviously, Francis can be improved a lot. I still don't know exactly why he's like missing, very consistently, always missing the second and third rockets. But But yeah, more work is ongoing. I've actually made some more progress on other TF2 related stuff behind the scenes, but nothing I can show just yet. So stay tuned. That's it for TF2 for today. Well, actually, I might do rocket jumping later. That's it for scripted content for now. And if you're only here for that, I will see you next week. But I have got something special for you for, I don't know. Some of you are going to find this very exciting and some of you are not going to care. But I have actually created, hold on. This might be a YouTube video too, so actually maybe I should probably actually like speak correctly in an interview for a intro. Give me just a second. I'm closing down my server. Quit, close, close. I gotta open one more tab, NBC. All right. More there you go. They're pogging in the chat. All right, guys. This is a little bit more off the cuff, but how do I want to start the video? Here we go. Don't make fun of me, okay? I'm trying to do this for the sake of the YouTube. I've watched every single game of the Winter Olympics that just happened. The Milano Cortina 2026 Winter Olympics. I watched every single sport so that you, the viewer, do not have to. And I'm going to tell you all about it right now. How was that? Was that a good YouTube intro? And we're going to do that through the power of tier lists. That's right. Hold on. I'm going to switch the camera right back. Tier lists. Cinema. Okay. But guess what? You guys are not getting the generic version of a tier list. Look at this. This is what I found on Tier List Maker. A paltry 16 tiles to put in S, A, B, C, and D tier. But I said, that's not good enough for my audience. That's not good enough. They deserve better. And I know they deserve better because, like I said, I watched every single Olympic sport. At least all the medal events. I watched every single medal event. Oh, I almost forgot to say. And I actually watched every Olympic event without paying for NBC or pirating anything. And I'm going to show you how right now. So let's go to replays. I don't know. And so when you can go on, this is the site NBCOlympics.com. This is for the US. All the other countries have different like provider deals. So this only works for US, okay? But let's watch, for example, the US versus Canada sled hockey final. I actually didn't watch it. Unfortunately, I didn't watch any of the Paralympics. I'm sure they're cool. I actually kind of really want to watch the Paralympics. The only problem is when I watched all the Olympics originally, it was literally like a month straight. It was a full month of like non-stop. Something is always up on my second monitor. I'm always watching something. Okay, so it's not because I don't like the Paralympics. It's because I just can't lose another month of my life to watch them, which sucks because Paralympic athletes deserve just as much recognition as other athletes. But maybe next year I'll watch them. But you can see on my screen it says your free preview has concluded. and this is how I watched the entire Olympics for free. And it's still not patched unless they patched it in the last like day or two. All you have to do is I'm using Firefox, so I'm gonna hit Control-Shift-P, which opens a new private browsing tab. Where did my window just go? And all I have to do is just copy the link in to the, oops, spoilers. All I have to do is copy the link into my private browser, and now all of a sudden, you'll notice that there's 30 minutes of free preview to watch. And now you can watch any Olympic sport. I can't watch it on the stream. I think they'll DMCA me, but you get the idea. Also, the U.S. shit on Canada this game. Get fucked, Canada. We'll get back to that later. But you'll notice, if we look at the timer, it's drifted down 30 seconds or so. Every time you close and reopen a private tab, this timer... Oh, wait, my fucking camera's blocking it. Hold on, I gotta redo it. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it, damn it. Let me back up. You'll notice that I now have 30 minutes of a free preview, and I can watch the whole unedited VOD replay of the sport. I can't watch too much because they'll DMCA me. But you'll notice it's ticked down 30 seconds or so. All you have to do to reset the timer is just open a new, close the old one, reopen a new private browsing window, and the timer gets reset. So this is how I watched the entire Olympics. I watched it in 30-minute increments. And it's really easy because whenever the trial ends, you know that you're at either a half hour or an hour in or hour 30 or whatever. So there you go. There's a bit of free game for you guys. And I think there's a good chance they probably won't patch this for the next Olympics. So there you go. That's how to watch the Olympics for free. Now that I've provided value, go ahead and hit that fucking subscribe button, people. I provided value in the beginning of the video and for free, and in return you have to subscribe. It's a contract, or I'll fucking sue you. I don't know. So there you go. That's how to watch any Olympic sport for free in the United States. Don't need a VPN, nothing. Just a private browsing window. Hold on, I am gonna check real quick. Let me just make sure. I do have uBlock Origin plugin, so maybe that you might need a uBlock Origin to like hide your shit. I don't know, but yeah, it works for me. So like I was saying, this is the tier list for that I found on Tier List Maker. But if you actually go to NBC, hold on, give me a second to navigate back in. If you go back to replays, you'll notice this is just for the Paralympics. There's so many more events than just those 16. There's like, you know, oh, it's alpine skiing. So for example, in this tier list, shit, wrong one. In this tier list, it's like, this is alpine skiing, this guy. But in the actual events, there's giant slalom, there's super G, there's all these different smaller denominations, I don't know what you want to call it, of yeah, slalom, super G, alpine skiing. There's these different little micro things, and I could not find a single tier list that had more than just these generic 16. But as I keep accidentally clicking on, you might notice there's a second tier list here. Bam! Look at all these icons. This is the content that my audience deserves, okay? You deserve, because I literally watched every event. There is a lot more depth than that first tier list would have you believe. So let's get into it. Let's go through every single Olympic winter sport. I'm gonna give you my thoughts. I'll have some clips maybe to show you. I only have one saved, but I think we can look for a few more maybe if there's some memorable moments. And we're going to talk through it, and and you guys are going to be so prepared in another 4 years whenever the next Olympics comes around. Also, given the watch trick I just told you guys about, if there's something you're interested in, you can go to NBC Olympics right now, open your private browser, and watch whatever you want. So if you want to know what the very best is, we're going to go through it right now on base_Thomas. I don't know. Okay. So without any further ado, let's get into it. So this is the first icon. This is just alpine skiing. Now I realize I just said, oh, it's because I uploaded everything. So there might be a few blank ones here that I just skipped. But let's name our tiers, okay? S tier, what does that mean? That means must watch, okay? A tier, call it great, not for everyone, okay? B, we're gonna say second monitor viewing, okay? C, mid, okay? And then the D tier, skip. Do not watch the D tier. I think that's pretty good. I didn't have those planned out ahead, but I feel like that really encapsulates all the tiers that we're going to go through. Okay, so I feel like maybe I should add one more reel just for like this. Actually, we'll call this one Super G. So they're a little small, they're a little hard to see. I guess I can, hold on, I can pull up the full-size icons in GIMP where I actually created them so that you guys can see. I realize it's small, of course. Actually, I can just zoom in the website too, maybe. Yeah, it's a little better. Okay, I guess that's fine. I can pull. I reserve the right to pull up the GIMP if I feel like it. Should I change my title? I don't know if there's TF2 players watching me right now, like popping into my stream very confused about what we're doing. But I don't feel like changing to just chatting. Okay, so this first icon, this is the alpine skiing icon. And as I mentioned, there's a few different disciplines. So you'll notice that down here, the same icon, I have a downhill icon and then a giant slalom. So the only other one I missed is Super G. So we're just, even though it's not labeled, this is the Super G icon. But maybe it makes sense for me to do the other ones first. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'll do my best to explain the differences between all the sports. I'm not an expert on what the difference between all of these sports are 100%, but this is all from memory and absorbing a month's worth of content straight into my brain. So we're gonna start with the downhill. Alpine downhill. I'm going to put it in S. Alpine downhill was probably the best alpine event to watch. Okay. Oh, I also, before I get too much deeper into it, I do want to be super clear. This tier list is only on the basis of entertainment. Okay. This is purely which events are the most worth watching. Now, of course, all of these sports are played at an incredibly high level. I don't want to disparage anybody. Your sport can be super duper cool to play, but if it's not entertaining to watch, it's not going to go high on the tier list, okay? So I just want to get that out of the way. I don't want people to get mad at me, okay? Just because I said your sport is bad or the sport you like is bad. No, sometimes the most technical and interesting sports from a sports perspective are not the best ones to watch, and we're gonna go through that right now. So the downhill, because it does matter, I'm actually gonna pull up what is downhill versus Super G versus slalom. AI overview. So the big, nah, fuck AI. I'm not reading the AI article. What are the disciplines? Blah, blah, blah. Fluff, downhill. Arguably the premier event of alpine skiing. I agree. This is the premier alpine skiing event. And alpine skiing just means it's a huge ass fucking mountain and you have to ski down it. So for all these events, it's like timed runs. You start at the top, you try to make it to the bottom through like turning gates and whatnot, and best time wins. That's how all three of these alpine skiing events go. The downhill is as basic as it gets, point blah blah. Each athlete gets one run down the mountain. Wait, really? Oh, I actually was, okay, I'm glad I pulled up this article because I was gonna say you get 2 runs, but for alpine skiing you get 1 run. Look at the speeds of 130 kph. I believe that's like 80-90 miles an hour, okay? They are going fucking fast, okay? And actually, it's so intense that I'm going to try to pull up a clip. Please ignore my YouTube homepage. Don't judge me. Alpine skiing highlights, Milano, Cortina. No. Okay, yeah. So we're just going to watch 1 run. This is on the official YouTube. Please do not fucking DMCA me, you fucking Olympic fuckers. So this is alpine skiing. You get 1 run. You go down. I'm not going to show a clip for every single sport, but when it's most impactful to show what the difference is, we're going to do that. The Swiss are also fucking beasts at alpine skiing. But look how fucking fast this guy's going. Already 140 kilometers per hour. That's like 80 miles an hour, bro. It's shit is fucking crazy. Oh, they cut the run, but you get the idea. These fuckers be going fucking fast. They're going faster than a car on the highway. And they're just in fucking skin tight, you know, shit. They got maybe shin guards, like, and a helmet. That's it. They're going at above highway speeds down this fucking mountain. Look at the fucking airtime on that shit, bro. And not only do they have to hit the airtime, then they gotta tuck and keep going down the fucking run. They're fucking like, and slamming into the fucking gates, okay? This shit is intense, okay? This is probably one of the best one run at a time sports that I watched the whole Olympics. The shit is intense, okay? And no spoilers, but there were a few very big, very impactful crashes. And I definitely recommend watching both the men's and the women's. That's another thing about this this tier list. Hold on, we're gonna close the shitty one. That's another thing about this tier list. I'm not choosing between the men and the women. If a sport's good enough, I'll say watch both. I did watch both. I watched every men's and women's medal event. But obviously it's a lot of content. So if you have to pick one, usually the men are better, but not always. And it's not just because I'm a man that I'm saying that. Okay, please don't get mad at me, Twitter. So that's the downhill. Again, the difference is a bunch of jumps, no shortcuts. Downhill skiers are usually taller and heavier than technical skiers. Longest course, highest speeds is what alpine is. Now the Super G stands for Super Giant Slalom, event that combines the speed of downhill with more precise turns of giant slalom. Less of a vertical drop, gates are closer together, one single run on the course. And then giant slalom, the key difference here is that, I mean, the gates are different, whatever, but there's 2 heats on the same day. So they get 2 runs in giant slalom. And again, slalom, I didn't even realize that slalom was different from giant slalom. But both of these, you get 2 turns. So with alpine, or sorry, with downhill and Super G, they get 1 run. They don't preview, they just get to walk the course. They don't get to ski it once. So whatever you get is whatever you get. So definitely downhill is S course. I will put giant slalom on A. You can watch giant slalom if you enjoy downhill. But downhill is the highest speed, the craziest shit, the biggest crashes, even though you don't want crashes, just to show, I mean, what the crashes give you is really an appreciation of the fucking speed and skill that these athletes are going down the mountain with. Giant slalom, I'll put an A. What else? Where's the other one? There's also on this thing, there's also a combined, but I skipped all the combined events. They're not going to be on the tier list. They're just, you know, if you like, the combined are like 2 things, 1 downhill run, 1 slalom run. If you like the downhill or slalom, it's just more of that. I'm not going to rank each combination differently because I don't really care. But wait, where did my other alpine skiing icon go? This we're going to say is Super G. Super G, wait, no, Super G is A. Giant slalom, because they get 2 heats, goes into B. It's not really that interesting. And the problem with running 2 heats is usually, you know, the people who are good will get better times in that first run, and that sets the start order for the second heat. So usually it's very anticlimactic because the person who goes next is pretty much always going to improve over the previous person. For that reason, both of the downhills where they get 2 heats, I think, is definitely worse than the downhill, and this is supposed to say Super G, where they only get 1. Okay, bang, that's it. That's alpine skiing. Unless I'm missing one of these. No, I don't think so. Okay, next we have cross-country skiing. Now, I only have 1 icon for this, and you're going to be able to tell why in a second. I only have 1. There are a fucking billion of cross-country skis. There's like 7.5 kilometer by 4, 7.5 kilometer by 4 relay, 7.5 sprint, 12 and a half sprint. Nordic ski. Actually, well, specifically, this icon is for Nordic combined. What that means is a distance ski and also a shooting round. Now, the shooting is kind of fun. Hold on. Before I say anything else, do I have... This is ski mountaineering. Do I have another one of these? I don't think so. Oh, there's Super G. Wait, I'm dumb. Okay, whatever. But yeah, all of the cross-country ski events. Is this cross-country? No, this is ski jump. Wait, this is also ski jump. Wait, what is this then? Hold on. Olympic Milano Cortina icons. Pictograms. What are the pictograms? Oh, this one is cross-country skiing. Okay, I was wrong. So this is cross-country skiing. That was what I was talking about. Cross-country skiing, this shouldn't surprise you. It's mid. It's not necessarily a skip. I think you should watch some cross-country events. But the thing is, if you've seen one, you've pretty much seen all of them. Now, again, that's not to disparage the athletes. Their sport looks fucking hard, okay? The thing is, from a casual viewer's perspective, it's harder to enjoy because it's like a very long race. The sprints can definitely be exciting. Definitely would recommend the shorter distances if you just want to watch a little bit and find out. But for the most part, all of the cross-country events, and by the way, there are so many cross-country events. It's probably the most like airtime of any sport except for maybe curling. Okay. For that reason, I say mid. Definitely don't skip it. Watch one maybe, and there, you know, if there's an exciting finish, it's exciting. It can get exciting. The thing is, it's like 2 hours of just watching people fucking ski. They do this and they do that, and they're with their poles, and they're like this, and then they tuck, and it's just like a lot of the same. Okay, it's not the greatest to watch. Now, Nordic combined, it's pretty much the same thing, but instead of just cross-country skiing, now you have to carry a like pellet rifle on your back, and depending on the length of the event, because again, there's like a ton of different distances and a ton of different medal events, but every so often you have to shoot, and if you miss one of your shots, that's like a time penalty in the race. So not only do you have to, you know, fucking ski around for for hours, maybe not hours, but a long ass time, could be up to 2 hours. You also have to accurately shoot your little pellet gun, regardless of the wind, regardless of whatever. And the targets that they're hitting can be very small. The way it works, without getting too much in the details, is there's like a prone shot, so they have to lie down, and there's a standing shot. The standing shot targets are bigger. The prone shots, you have to be super precise because you're just, you know, fully laid down, not standing, not moving. So because it has a gun, I'm going to throw it in B. I'm going to say it's better than cross-country skiing, but not by much. Okay? Next, bobsled. There are a few different bobsleds. There's one-man bobsled, two-man bobsled, four-man bobsled, I believe. And all of them are mid. Unfortunately. This is, again, like, you know, and also with Nordic combined, it's like the concept is cool. It's an interesting thing. You know, I want to understand the sport. I want to see it. But from a viewership perspective, the shit is fucking boring. Unless someone crashes, and unless you are like into bobsled, every single run's going to look the same. And it suffers from the same problem as what I talked about with the 2-run heats for the alpine skiing. Because they get multiple runs, it sets the run order, and then it kind of takes all the unknowns out of it. And you know the person that's next, they already, like, they're going to be better at bobsledding. And not only that, specifically with the bobsled and the luge events, they do like 4 runs, okay? So the medal event is on the 4th run. And the way it works is it builds up a timed deficit the whole time. So the way it works out is usually the team on top already has like a full second lead. by the time it comes down to their fourth run, because they've just been, consistently better over the first 3 runs. And from an athletic standpoint, super impressive. Again, not taking anything away from the athletes or the difficulty of their sport. But from a pure watchability standpoint, bobsled, not interesting. Not interesting at all. And I'm also going to put luge there, and I'm also going to put skeleton there. Now, there is a little bit of a caveat for the skeleton and the luge, and that is specifically if you enjoy watching body parts jiggle, they get bumped up a tier, okay? Well, I mean, if you really like it, it would be on your main monitor, not on your second monitor. But I'm saying, there's some enjoyment there. With the bobsled, it's just a shell. You can't even see the guy steering. There's a second guy just in the back fucking tucking his head in just for weight. Like, I don't understand it as a sport at all. But for me, skeleton and the luge go down. Depends on whether if you like seeing thighs jiggle, you watch luge. If you like seeing butts jiggle, you watch skeleton. Okay, but otherwise these 3 are the same. It's like 4 runs. There's no, what's the word? There's no suspense. You know who's gonna win, okay, because of the format of the sport and the fact that they do 4 runs and it's like a continuous total time. All right. Next, curling. I have the default thing here. We're just gonna ignore that because there's only 2 curling events, 2 types of curling events, and they're all the way it works is it's like a round robin. There's I think 8 teams, maybe 10, in the entire Olympic tournament. I believe, is it 10? I don't know. The number doesn't matter. But both of these are the same format in the tournament. They do a big round robin, and then if you're top 4 in the round robin, you move on to the semis. And if you win the semis, you go to the finals, or if you lose your semis, then you go to the bronze medal match. So only the top 4 gets out into a bracket. Everyone else plays round robin, where each team plays each other team. Now, I'm going to be a little biased here. I'll also be a little fair. For me, 4-person curling. Now, I do have to explain, there are some differences between curling. So 4-person curling, it's a 4-person team. It's either men or women. So it's 4 men in men's curling, or it's 4 women in women's curling. And they do what's called ends. And actually, I do have a curling video up. I'm going to show you this part soon. But this is how curling works. Curling, I feel like, has started to get more and more recognition. Okay, so here, this is called the house. This is how you score points. Germany just threw a stone. That's what they're called. They're the red team. I'm gonna spoil it already, but I fucking love curling. For me, all these are S tier. Okay, but I'll be fair. I'll try to appeal to a general audience. So this is the final stone of the end. The U.S. has already thrown their last stone. They're up 6-2 right now in the 5th end. And Germany has the hammer. The hammer is just what it's called when you have the last shot. Basically, if you have the hammer, you should be getting 1 point every time. And the hammer switches. There are some intricacies there that I'm not going to get into. It's a little bit more in-depth than what I'm talking about. But the hammer is a big advantage. Here, Germany has the hammer. They are the red stones. They go in. They try to clear both. And they do manage to score a point, just barely. The way scoring works is the closest rock. So this is the center of the house, right where my mouse is. You guys can see my mouse, right? Yeah. And it goes, whoever's closest to the center gets 1 point for every stone until the enemy's stone. So right here, for example, the red is slightly closer than the yellow. Barely. Germany almost fucked it up. So they get 1 point, and then the next closest stone is the yellow. Now, if this yellow stone and these 2 yellow stones were gone, they would then get 2 points. It's crazy how much knowledge you have on this now. Bro, I'm telling you, there were so many hours of curling, okay? It's impossible not to learn the rules when I literally watched, like, like no exaggeration, hold on, counting it up in my head, it was like 36 hours of curling. Each curling match is like 3 hours, okay? This shit is long. This shit is longer than all of the cross-country skiing events, but it's actually exciting the whole way through. It's like watching a chess match, except instead of just being able to put the fucking chess pieces down, they have to throw the chess pieces from fucking 150 either meters or feet away, like a football and a half away. Look, from all the way, they throw it, they put spin into it, and then they can like influence it with the fucking sweeping. That's what this guy's doing. Oh shit, I spoiled a little bit. And the shit is sick. It's slow paced. It's definitely slow paced. So before I show this clip, which is like, for me, was honestly one of the highlights of the entire Olympics, okay? I am going to put 4-person curling. This is a tough choice. It's going into A or it's going into B. Now, from a practical standpoint, you gotta have it on your second monitor. Curling, unless you are a super fan, is not a sport you can just sit down and only watch curling. It has to be a second monitor. Okay, so I think that has to be said. But for me, okay, if this is my personal tier list, it's going in A. It's going in A. I said what I said, okay? And if that goes in A, if 4-person goes in A, mixed doubles goes in S. And I refuse to elaborate, okay? Now for your average person who has ADHD, is under the age of 30, more realistically, it's like this, okay? But I'm telling you, you gotta at least watch one mixed doubles curling event. Especially if you're a US fan. The US did very well without spoiling. But I never explained what the real differences are between these two. So, 4-person is 4 people to a team. Usually it's one person who is at the other end, like lining the shot up, calling the shot. There's one person throwing, and then there's 2 sweepers. In mixed doubles, there's only 2 people to a team. And it's also 1 man and 1 woman. So there's 3 curling tournaments. There's the mixed doubles, and then there's the men's, and then there's the women's. The other big difference with mixed doubles is that the ends are shorter. So in 4-person, it's 10 stones per team that they throw each end, and there's 10 ends. In mixed doubles, it's 8 stones per end, and it's either 10 ends or 8 ends, but it's faster, okay? It's faster, and they start with a rock already placed on the house, and what that does is it speeds up the game a lot. It makes it more interesting. So whatever this ends up being, whether it's S and A or A and B, mixed double is a tier above, okay? But I love curling so much. Curling was probably my favorite event to watch. Again, it requires a second monitor, so maybe the tier, the names of the categories are a bit of a lie. But I'm telling you, you gotta give mixed doubles a try. Especially, if you just want to get your dip your toes into it, just watch the final single Olymp tournament, just the top 4 teams. It's just 2 rounds of matches to see if you like it or not. And I'm telling you, it's better than you think, okay? So there you go. That's curling. I'm not going to put this in because there's not another curling event. Whatever. Next, this one's easy. I don't even have anything to say about it, okay? Figure skating, S tier. Figure skating's fucking cool, okay? These fucking freaks, okay? They're freaks. They are freaks. They get on the ice and they do fucking quad cow lutz. I don't even know what the fuck that is. There's one guy, Ilya Maninin from US. Bro was doing fucking backflips off nothing, just popping off the fucking skate, going fucking 20 miles an hour. Just did a full backflip like it's nothing. It's not even the hardest trick in his fucking routine. Figure skating, crazy. Gotta watch it, okay? I feel like I don't know nothing about figure skating, and I still thoroughly enjoyed watching it, okay? Next. This is the icon for free skiing. Again, I'm going to leave this here because I have all of the individual events queued up. And as you can tell, there are a ton. Am I missing any? No. Okay, so these are all the free ski events, okay? And I'll try to show some clips just so you guys know what I'm talking about. Oh wait, hold on. Before I move on from... Hold on. I almost forgot. Before I move on from curling. Okay, this is the shot of the tournament. The whole time, I only watched the US matches. I'm not gonna lie, okay? I didn't even watch the gold medal matches when the US wasn't in it. Okay, I love curling, but it's so many hours, blah, 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 whatever. Okay, but here the US is facing Germany. This is in round robin. This is to get out. I mean, this was an important match, certainly. But I'm rooting for the US, okay? And this is the shot that Germany made that fucking floored me. Are you guys fucking ready for this shit? This is the shot before. You saw it already. Whatever, Germany gets one. That's called a force. That's a good end for the US. If you can hold your opponent with hammer to one, that's generally a good result. Okay, you're not moving forward, but you're holding them back. They're expected to get one. It's fine. If you score and your opponent has a hammer, it's called a steal. It's really good. Okay, but I'm not explaining that for any reason. Doesn't matter. Because this is a highlight video, so they skip some of the setup. But this is the next end. And the US has built up this like big advantage. So I'll try to pause right before the stone hits, okay? So this skips ahead. It skipped 9 stones, okay? So there's a whole fucking half an hour pretty much of like positioning shit, putting guards in front of other guards. Like the technical aspect of the sport is crazy. It's like even and the top teams, they can put the stones exactly where they want them. So they're literally playing chess. It's like they'll put one stone in and they'll put another stone up higher to block it, and they'll like cover other angles, and the shit is fucking intense. And they have to like perfectly space it. If you get too close, you give your opponent a chance to ricochet. Too far and your guard's not doing enough. It's so much depth, okay? But I'm just gonna move it forward frame by frame here. So before this stone hits, this is Germany. They're trying to recover what is effectively a horrible end. The guy threw it. This is like a very high-speed rock. And if you notice the positioning here, Germany has 2 guards up front, or sorry, 1 guard. One of those is the moving rock, of course. 1 guard off to the side, not really doing anything. 1 guarding close. Right now, if the round were to just end, the US scores 4. That is a huge end. And also you'll notice the US has hammer. So this is Germany throwing their last rock, and then the US gets to throw another rock after that. So they are in deep, deep dog shit right here. Okay, they're already down 3. This is the 6th end out of 10. They are so fucked if the US scores even like 2. Okay, so what do? They fucking chuck a stone down. Now watch what happens here. I'm gonna put it in fucking quarter speed. Okay, you guys need to appreciate this shit. 0.25x speed. Watch this fucking stone. Here it comes. Bang, bang, bam! They hit all 4 stones, and not only do they hit all 4 stones, listen to the crowd. They get all 4 of the stones outside of the house. Off a ricochet. Off a fucking ricochet. Fucking insane. Okay, watch it again. Watch it again in real-time speed. This is an insane shot. This is shot of the tournament, 100%. I didn't even want Germany to win, bro, and I could not help but pop off for this shit. Yes! Bang! Not only do they clear all of them, they almost... another thing that tends to happen here, right here. You can see he sends it into this stone. So it's a fucking it's a bank, or it's a double. They call it a double or a run back, okay? This stone that they threw hits this stone. So already they got to hit a precise ass angle to get this stone where they want it. They perfectly slot it into here. And at that point, it's just like, it's fucking chaos theory. You can't fucking plan how the shit's gonna bounce. There's so many different combinations or whatever. But typically they have this stone here, and this is a bad position for Germany, because typically what happens is it'll hit, the yellow stones will get blasted, and they'll bounce out everywhere, and they'll hit the red stone, give all the energy to the red stone, and then the yellow stone will stay here, the red stone will leave the circle. And with this specific positioning, if the yellow stone stays here, that's shot rock. That's what it means when it's the closest rock to the center. That means that rock is worth a score. So not only do they clear all 4 of these stones out of the house off a run back, they hit the red stone and it leaves, but it doesn't it's called jamming. It doesn't jam on the stone. So just an incredibly difficult shot that they managed to do there. It's insane. I'm telling you, curling is so fucking sick. You just need the attention span to hang on to it. See, that's what he's saying, jamming. So they fucked up here. Okay, I wasn't going to talk about this, but I'm so passionate about curling, and we're already here. So they said jamming. That's Germany somehow avoided jamming with that crazy shot, and then the U.S. is trying to do something called a blank. Okay, and this is something specific to 4-man curling. You can't. There's no reason to blank in mixed doubles because the rules are different. Without getting too much into it. So currently, there's just this one red stone in the circle. These two are outside of the circle, still in play, but they will not score for anything. So what the U.S. is trying to do with this last stone is they're trying to get this red stone completely out of the house, and they're trying to get rid of this yellow stone. And if they do that, you know, because the other option is they just take one here. They knock this stone out, they get this stone closer. It's a 1 point. The thing is, when that happens, they give the hammer to the other team. If they score one, the other team gets the hammer the next end. And so what's slightly better in 4-man curling is you want to do something called a blank. And a blank is when you, like I mentioned, take both the stones out of the house. There's nothing in the house. It's 0-0, but the U.S. would then hold on to the hammer for another end. So that means they control yet another end. Even though they don't score for one, it's basically another attempt at getting 2 or more and holding control later into the game. So this is a way easier shot than Germany. The U.S. team is better, and it hits the Yellowstone. It jams, and they're forced to they actually allow Germany to steal one there for what should have been an easy 1 point for them or a blank. They give away a point there because of the jam. So that just goes to show you it's so easy to fuck up these shots. Okay, curling rant over. I'm gonna close it. I fucking love curling. You need to give curling a chance. I keep saying it. I'll say it more. I don't care. All right. Whew. Now, back to freestyle ski. That's what these icons all are. So I'll just try to pull up Winter Olympics 26 highlights. Big air. And we'll just go back one by one. I'll show you guys, you know, just a few runs. So this is big air. It's just one giant jump. You can see it's snowing, so they're trying to give them extra speed by throwing them. And these guys just go fucking crazy. They just do crazy flips and spins. You know, the shit's nutty. Okay. But it is just one jump. So they go, this is the biggest jump, you know, they spin the most here, but it's just one. This is big air. Now, there's also slope style. This is just qualifying, but slope style now is, hold on, let's do the whole run. Hopefully this is a highlight, so I don't know what it is. Hopefully they show the whole run, but slope style is like 3 rail sections into 3 jumps, where the big air was just one single jump. It's like the best 2 jumps total. Slope style is you gotta nail your entire fucking run. So there you go, first rail. He's slowing down a little bit on purpose because the rails, you can't do too much speed. Here's the 3rd rail section, doing little fucking spins on it. Actually, this one has 4 rail sections, I guess. Unless I'm bad at counting. Cannon rail, neat little thing. I don't know what any of the tricks are called. They just look cool, you know. And then you have to do a jump almost as crazy as the big air, but you have to do it 3 times in the same run. And if you fall on any of the 1 runs, your score is trash, basically. So you have to put every single thing down in 1 run, basically. That's what slopestyle is. Oh! Damn, big hit there. He got right back up. But yeah, so obviously much harder to do a good, in my opinion, harder to do a slopestyle run than a big air run. There's also half pipe that I'll show. Should be pretty self-explanatory, but it's more like slopestyle. You do like you do like 5 hits, 5 jumps off the sides of these of this big ass super pipe. And this is the first guy they do. Again, it's like the best qualifiers go last. So this is just one of the early guys, and look how crazy he sends it. Okay, this is also snowboarding, but I'm talking about ski half pipe, or I'm gonna rank ski half pipe first. I'm gonna rank all the ski freestyle events. But this is what the half pipe, I mean, it's just the same thing with skis instead of a snowboard, basically. They do flips and shit, lots of flips, lots of spins. Shit is actually crazy, and they gotta hit 5 in a row. And they're all hard. Like, this shit is nutty. So given that explanation, my ranking should not be much of a surprise. It's going to be slopestyle above, half pipe above big air. Big air. Let's start with the top, actually. Start with slopestyle. Gotta watch it. Slopestyle's crazy. Both snowboarding and ski as I'll get to. I guess I could just rank them both because I suppose I don't have a big difference between ski and snowboard rankings. Generally, they're going to be the same. Slopestyle definitely is up there. Half pipe. Half pipe goes up there too, definitely. Half pipe runs are crazy. The crashes are gnarly. The shit's nuts. Okay. Big air, still cool. You could skip it and not miss that much. It's still cool, you know. They're going huge, but it's only one trick. It's not as good. Okay. It's still fun. Definitely, you know, A is still a very respectable, but it's not as exciting as slopestyle and half pipe, in my opinion. Gotta watch those. Big air you could skip if you don't have the time to watch everything. Okay. Now you'll notice there's a few more freestyle ski ones, and that's because they're a little different. Okay. So I think I'm gonna do moguls first, then this. Okay. So moguls and aerials are kind of similar. Let's have a look at what those look like. Moguls, and this is ski only. These two events are not for there's no snowboard. There's no snowboard moguls or aerials. Okay, so this is ski only. This is moguls, and basically moguls are, if you've never skied, they're like big hills like this. So you can see they have to go side by side, and they're trying to get through clean. And there's also jumps. So there are also jumps in the mogul runs as well. Just 2 jumps. They don't go super ham on them because they're not like massive jumps, and obviously then they got to go straight back into moguling. It was something like 60% of their scores from how they turn in the moguls. And then it's like 20% for the jumps, and then like 10% for how fast they get to the line, basically. I should also mention they also have a different event that's pretty much the same. Is they do dual moguls, where they send 2 people down on the parallel runs at the same time. And while it's the same thing, it is more exciting, and they're also, the athletes feel more pressure. So I do recommend that. I didn't have a separate tile for it, but I do recommend moguls. I'm gonna put moguls though on second monitor viewing. It is skippable, the moguls. Now, the complement to moguls is the aerials. Okay. We're gonna watch women aerials again to compare moguls versus aerials. Here's a scoring breakdown. Aerials is no moguls, just jumps, and the scoring breakdown is 20% air, 50% form, 30% landing. Okay, but I'm telling you, aerials, I've never watched them before. Didn't really know it was an Olympic event. This shit is crazy. This shit is absurd. Okay, so just watch. This is also one of the only ski sports where they're not using poles, interestingly enough. So here you go. They pick a very precise distance for a precise thing. He puts his arms up, and then he does this like crazy fucking flip. They go high, bro. They go crazy high in this event. I think they go higher than the big air almost, which is crazy because it's called big air. But aerials is like a very specific thing. I don't really know fully what the difference is, but the ramps you can see are much higher. And then it's like they have to use their arms, you'll notice they like go between like this and this, and they'll put like one arm down and the other arm down. Like the tricks they're doing are like very specifically, you have to like rotate one axis and then change your axis. And I don't know, it's technical as fuck. I don't understand it, but man, is it cool to watch. Okay. And they go high. They said it was like 5 stories high. This shit is crazy. I'm assuming most people have not heard of this sport. Check it out. This shit is a good watch, okay? I put moguls in B. I'm going to put aerials. I'm going to put them in high A, okay? Not quite S, but high A. Very respectable score for a sport I've never watched before, okay? And then also we have parallel giant slalom and ski cross. And these are different from the other freestyle ski events. I actually don't know if they're even technically classified as freestyle ski events, but they're basically the racing events. So I'll just show you what they are. So let's just look up PGS. Good thumbnail. It's like a single elimination tournament, and they go 2 at a time. So you only have to beat the person that's racing next to you in the parallel giant slalom, which is kind of exciting. Definitely, you know, good for viewers to watch, even though they're not doing jumps and crazy flips and stuff. They're just racing. It's still fun to watch, and hopefully we'll get something exciting here in this highlight. Come on. Go. I got a stream to run here. Hurry it up. Okay, I thought this was a highlight video, bro. There's so much buildup. I thought this was a highlight video. It's a 6-minute video. The first minute is nothing happening. This is just bad YouTube, bro. You gotta take some tips from baseunderscorethomas, bro. You gotta tighten that intro up. You're losing viewer retention. So, but whatever, here it is. It's just 2 nearly identical courses. If you qualify higher, you get to pick your course. This is obviously snowboarding, but it's the same thing for skiing. But you can see the guy on the left is ahead. Maybe the guy on the right can catch up. It's a long-ass course, and they were like chucking it through these corners. So this shit's fun to watch. I wouldn't say it's the most entertaining sport they have, but it was like surprisingly entertaining for how little I expected I would like it versus how fun it actually was to watch. And to watch the whole tournament and watch these people go through. There was a lady here who was like 42, bro. A 42-year-old lady. I think she was snowboarding. That shit was crazy, bro. 42 years old? Like, or maybe she was even older. I actually don't remember. But she was like... I'm not saying she's old to be mean. Like, I'm saying she's old in a field of like 20-year-olds and 30-year-olds, okay? And she was she made it to like the top 8 or the top 16. Fucking crazy. Okay, before I rank parallel giant slalom, I'll also show you ski and snowboard cross, okay? So this is the parallel giant slalom. They have it for snowboard and for skiing. Then there's also snowboard and ski cross. And these are just the seating runs, but oh, these are the seating runs. Hold on, I want a better. The real appeal of ski cross is that 4 of them go at the same time. Okay, it's a pretty long course. And this was another one where I didn't really expect to enjoy watching it as much, and then found myself like really enjoying myself as the competition went on. So, you know, it's not like their shit is powered. It's not like motocross, right? So all of the speed they get is from like pushing down. You'll notice they're like pumping. They're like throwing their arms around and like squatting almost like a bird on the bumps. That's to like build speed. They're like pushing into the ground to build up speed, basically. And that's specific to snowboard cross. The ski cross, you don't see that as much. But I mean, just look, and it's pretty long course, and you're noticing the field is starting to tighten up again. I don't know if it was something specific to this course at this Olympics, but there were so many exciting snowboard cross like finishes, because for whatever reason, maybe it's the course, maybe it's just the way the cookie crumbles, but a lot of times people were making up time on this last approach. After this is, I think, the second to last or the last turn. Not this heat, obviously, of course, as I say that, this is the final approach. But this guy went from like 4th to 2nd, I believe. And yeah, the shit is exciting. This shit is exciting to watch. So, given all that context, I'm going to rank the snowboard and the ski crosses and parallel giant slaloms at the same time. So, ski first, parallel giant slalom. I'm going to put it... No, I'm going to put it low A, okay? It's better than giant slalom. It's way better to watch than giant slalom. So it's solidly above that, okay? Ski cross, I will put... I'll put specifically below parallel giant slalom, okay? Now, then snowboard parallel giant slalom. It's going to go above ski. Not better than big air. And I guess, I mean, these tiers aren't super ordered. Maybe I'll order them at the end. But specifically, the snowboarding was better than the ski for both of these events. And I'm actually going to put ski cross. It's still not better than big air, but I'll put it better than 4-person curling. Aerials. Better than aerials, actually, I'm going to say. And then Super G. Better. Okay, and then do I want to move these around? Parallel giant slalom. I'll put it like this. Okay. Even though they're all in the same tier, definitely ski cross is the best, then snowboard cross, then parallel giant slalom for snowboard, then the ski versions of those at the end. Okay. Next, hockey. Come on. Hockey, top one, bro. Hockey was so good at this tournament. Every single match, men and women, I was glued to the edge of my seat. Hockey is fucking sick. Now give me a second. I'm gonna order these tiers now because I guess that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna put mixed doubles above downhill and above figure skating, crazily enough. I do think slope styles were more interesting to watch, and the half pipe. But genuinely, I enjoyed watching mixed doubles more than I enjoyed watching figure skating and downhill. And I enjoyed all of them. They're all in S tier for a reason. They're sick, okay? But that's my ordering. Next. What is this icon? Nordic Combined. Oh, Nordic Combined is like sprint plus jumping. Or, right? I think. Wait, Nordic Combined? What is Nordic Combined? I thought Nordic Combined was the shooting. Okay, it is ski jumping and cross-country skiing. Okay, all right. Well, I'll reserve my judgment on that until I talk about regular ski jumping, which I guess I will do right now. Ski jumping, I'm going to be honest here. This might break someone's heart. It's a skip. It's the first skip. Oh, that feels a little bad. But I looked in my heart and I know it to be true, bro. Ski jumping is boring as fuck. Ski jumping is so boring to watch. Now, technically, very impressive. Like, you know, watch the highlights, watch whoever got the best jumps. This shit is cool. The sport is cool, okay? And difficult. Very difficult. But in terms of the watchability, oh my god, it's boring. It's like 2.5 hours. They have like 50 people, okay? And it's the same thing where they get 2 heats, and so it's not that exciting. The best people always go at the end. There's not a lot of drama. It's very slow, and it's a lot like they get scored by judges, and it's based on technicals that I don't understand as a viewer. As a casual viewer, I do not understand what really gets the best scores versus what's not. Obviously, the distance is a factor, and that is kind of cool. But I mean, I've recommended so many of these other events. I think it's a skip. It's got to be a skip. I think even luge and bobsled are more fun to watch one run of than ski jumping. So given that, Nordic Combined, even worse. If I had an E tier here, Nordic Combined would be even worse because it's fucking cross country skiing. In fact, cross country skiing, it's a skip. It's more, I like it better than ski jumping, but cross country skiing is a skip. And then the 2 worst individual events, they combined them. So obviously it's fucking even worse to watch. Don't watch it, okay? It's fucking boring. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, ski jumpers and cross country skiers in chat. I don't care. Your sport is annoying to watch. But I'm glad you like it, and I hope it fulfills you. Next, we have got speed skating. There's obviously a lot of speed skating events. So actually I'm going to save that for last, okay? So we'll skip speed skating. I don't think I need to use this icon. This is called ski mountaineering, and let me just double check. Ski mountaineering. Okay. Ski mountaineering is a new event. I have to show you what it is because it's no one has heard of it probably unless you watched this at this Olympics. I believe this is the first time this sport has been in the Olympics, and they have like a relay event and they also have like an individual sprint, I believe. So, but this is what it's an interesting sport on its merits. They have these like special skis with skins on the bottom. So it's like a rubber, I don't know actually what it is, but it's like, you know, some sort of thing that lets them do what they're doing, like have traction and push off of it. It's like a one directional thing. So it slides forward, but you can push against it to go back, to avoid going backwards. And so the course is very interesting. The commentator was really funny during this. They were like, they're like, oh my god, they're so tired they can't even think at the end of this. What really makes this sport hard, I mean, because there's so many, you know, endurance events at the Olympics, but what really makes it hard is so they have to go up this whole mountain thing, blah blah blah, whatever. That's like normal Olympic level performance, you know. I've been watching 30 hour, you know, hours and hours, hundreds of hours of the Olympics. I'm not impressed just by seeing people work hard. You know, every sport is like that pretty much. But what makes this sport unique is there are like these phase transitions they have to do. And hopefully we're coming up on one now. But there's like different sections of the ski mountaineering track that they have to do stuff in. So here we go. That's section 1. Then they pause here. They take their skis off. They have to put them in their sash thing, put them on their back, and then they run up these stairs. Okay, that's the second section. And damn, these boys is moving. Also, it is really cool. This Spanish guy, like Spain, you know, spoilers, but this guy fucking wins. Okay, the Spanish guy fucking wins. That's pretty crazy, like, for Spain, because they don't have a lot of people typically, you know, in the Winter Olympics. But yeah, he kind of fucked up his transition here. He was in the lead, and then he gave it up to the Swede. Now he's way behind. And then the third transition that we'll hopefully get to right here is even crazier. They have to pull the skins off their skis. So you can see those are the skins. Those are like the one directional things. You have to like grab the front of them and like do a little jump and rip them off and then tuck them in. And then you just ski down on like, and you know, the commentator was saying like, oh, they're super light skis. They're hard to whatever with. They're fine. They're just really tired. So that's a sport. It's interesting from a sport perspective, but unfortunately, I'm going to say wasn't the most interesting to watch. So I'd say purely on novelty, I'll put it in B tier, low B tier, purely on novelty. Okay, is this a sport I'm gonna follow? No. Is it a sport I respect? Absolutely. And for that, it's enough to watch, you know, one event just to see what the sport is about. But in terms of pure entertainment value, meh. Okay, we're almost through, guys. Now there's just the speed skating events left, and you'll notice that there are a ton of speed skating events, and that doesn't necessarily mean there were way more speed skating events in the Olympics. Like I said, I think cross country was by far the most events. So many different distances, and like some of them with guns, some of them relays, some of them long, some of them with, you know, combined with ski jumping. There were so many, so I don't think that there were the most speed skating events, but I'm going to spoil a little bit. Speed skating is so sick to watch, okay? So you'll notice there's two different icons here, and that difference is one of them, which one? Where is it? This is speed skating regular, and then this is short track speed skating. So first let's start with regular speed skating, sometimes also called long track. This shit's cool. Okay, this is the track. It's really long. I think it was like, I don't know, it's like 2,000 meters total. Don't quote me on that. I don't actually know. But they do these like two pairs, and it's cool, and they're going like 30 miles an hour, and the commentators would just not shut up about how much lactic acid are in their legs. I'm saying that jokingly. I actually really enjoyed, I think specifically for long track speed skating, I gotta say, the commentators were the standouts on this. These are probably the best, some of the best commentary I listened to the whole Olympic event was in long track. Whatever his name, Joey Chestnut or something, I forgot his name. But the two commentators there are actually really good. Oh, he almost fell. Oh shit. And he almost bumped into this guy. Wait, I don't even remember that. I guess that's why it's in the highlight. But you can see they're doing 34, 35 miles an hour. And the shit is a very taxing sport, apparently. Your legs are dying by the end of it. That guy barely got the record. Again, it is a bit of a, it is another one of those sports where it's structured like the best people go last, so they generally should win. But in this sport, compared to all the others, it definitely bucked the trend more often. It wasn't like a continuous advantage that they built up. It was just like they qualified faster, so generally they're faster, and thus they go last. But this guy, Jordan Stolz, also if you're an American fan, this guy fucking crushes. I'm not going to spoil it because I don't quite remember what happened, but this guy's hella fast. Or no, this isn't Jordan. This is another guy, another U.S. guy. McDermott Moustowy. Anyway, Jordan Stolz is a beast. Jordan Stolz is a long, I think exclusively long track speed skater, and he fucking cleaned up. He won like 3 gold medals, could have won 4, got a silver or something else. He's a beast. Okay, long track speed skating, good, solid entertainment value. I enjoyed watching it. The commentators were great, like I mentioned. If I had to pick my favorite commentary duo, it's probably these guys. Let's listen.
He's in the midst of a good one. He may take the lead.
This guy. So
The
the way, while I'm mentioning it, let's talk for a second about the commentary. Let's talk for a second about the commentary at the Olympics, okay? So typically what they do, because it's, you know, it's supposed to appeal to old people, is they'll have one person who has like the really good, you know, commentator voice, and they take on the role of like explaining the simple things like the rules of the sport and how the sport works. Then they'll pair that commentator with someone who has competed in the sport, so someone who's very knowledgeable, probably retired now, you know, can add that extra detail, but doesn't have to carry the commentary on their own. With this event in particular, with the long track speed skating events, I felt like both the commentator guy knew his shit about the sport, and also the guy who knew the sport was also really good at commentating. So it was like both of them didn't have weaknesses like most pairings do. And while I'm talking about commentary, there was one moment I remember from one of the round robin rounds early in the round robin for curling that just made me fucking die laughing. And I'm gonna make a YouTube highlight out of this. So YouTube viewers, if you're watching right now on YouTube, you're eating good, because I'm gonna find that clip and I'm gonna put it in the video, and the live viewers are not gonna know what I'm talking about. But there's a moment in curling, they have this one person that is like what I described, just a commentator, doesn't know that much about the sport, but has a really great voice and a really great presence, and knows, you know, they're there to help the old people understand what's going on the screen. And there's this one moment that just killed me. God, I wish I could just find it. I guess I'll do a quick Google search because I'm going to describe it anyway. Winter Olympics 2026. It's like wait. No way, this is it, right? I watch so much curling, it's almost impossible for me to remember what.
Bounce off the red and squirt forward into the front of the forefoot. That's the call.
No, this is the wrong commentator. Another reason while we're watching curling, I found another opportunity to talk about curling, guys. Another reason I like curling is because the line caller, the person who's like calling how to sweep, will just be yelling half the time. And so it's really intense. It's like full 15 seconds as the rock travels this long ass distance slowly curling. But they're like screaming, they're like, hard, yes, yes, hard. It's like screaming for 20 seconds straight. It's so high. And then it's like after all that build up, the rock like perfectly bumps another one. It's so fun to watch, bro. Curling is it. Okay.
Needs to hit about 2/3 on the high side, the outside of the stone.
Anyway, I don't think I'm gonna find the clip on YouTube. I'm gonna look for it. I have tools. I know how I can find this clip off stream. I'm not gonna waste your guys' time with it. But there's one point during one of these curling matches where let's call them the experienced commentator, or the player and the commentator. Okay, those are the roles. One person is like professional commentator, one person was a professional curler. And there's one point where the fucking professional commentator is like trying to dumb down some concept, and it's like they're like talking about, you know, some detailed aspect of curling, and she's like, yeah, so it's just like a shot in basketball. And the other commentator just says absolutely nothing. I know you guys watching live don't feel like that's very funny. The context is funny, okay? Just the fact that she dumbed it down to such a level that it's like not even the same thing. It's like, no, a shot in basketball is not the same thing. It's like, yeah, scoring a point, I guess, is the same as scoring the point in another sport, but it's not the same. Anyway, watch the YouTube video, okay? I'm telling you, it was really funny. Maybe because I'm a hater, but it was really funny. Anyway, what were we talking about? Fucking long track speed skating. So we're gonna start with the worst first. Distance. Distance, I'll put it in mid. I will put it above bobsled. Honestly, maybe that's even a little bit unfair. No, it's better than ski mountaineering. It's not better than moguls. Okay, distance is like, it was like 3,000 meters for women and 5,000 meters for men. It's fine. It's just, you know, long. The sport is endurance, so it's nothing crazy happening. You know, watch it if you enjoyed speed skating. I watched it. I enjoyed it. I don't think it's a must watch, but, you know, whatever. Then we have team pursuit on the long track. And team pursuit is, I feel like it's another kind of a novelty. I'll put it just barely above the distance skating. And I do have to show a highlight because it's like team pursuit speed skating, because it's interesting visually. You got a team of 3 people and they're like touching each other like a, you know, like a herd of elephants. Like they're like grabbing each other's like trunks almost. And so they start, And I guess the reason for it is because it's like aerodynamic, you know, I guess that's why it became a sport. So it's a little easier than if one person was just doing it by themselves. The other three, they draft off of it. And the time ends when the third person crosses the line. I don't know, just kind of a novelty. Except for the three people, and it's not like they fuck up. They also start on opposite ends, which is another maybe negative against it, because you can't see necessarily how close they are until they do this split screen thing and show the splits. That's fine. I mean, speed skating is cool. They're going fast. Like, I respect the sport. From an entertainment perspective, it's, you know, you watching this much of this clip right now is enough to get the idea for this sport. You know, you now understand team pursuit. You don't really need to watch the whole event. But I did. It was fine. Next, the sprints. Where do I put this? I think it's going in A. Where is it going in A? It's above ski cross. It's above PGS. It's above Super G. It's better than curling for the average person. I'll put it above curling. I'll put it above parallel giant slalom. I will even put it above aerials. So all of a sudden, we're getting a big jump up. The long distances, boring. Sprints, a lot more exciting. They're pumping more. You know, they can use more energy up over a shorter distance of time. It's cool. Next, relay. Actually, I don't even know if they had a relay for long track, but for the sake of time, I'll just put it. Hold on. I actually don't remember. Hold on. Winter how do I spell Olympics? Speed skating long track relay? Was that a thing, or did I just imagine it? No, there's short track. No, there's not a relay. Okay, so ignore this. There's no such thing for long track. Now, did I also do the same thing for mass start? I believe so. Yeah. Okay, so there is a mass start. And the mass start is funny. So mass start, as you can now probably figure out, is a mass amount of people starting. Some of the speed skating is really funny because they're heats. And so sometimes the heats will just start out super slow. You saw there, they just like walked out of the start because it's a longer distance. But sometimes they do that in the short distances too, which is kind of crazy. Because, I mean, it's a way of controlling the pace. Maybe the strategy is if you go in front, you're breaking the wind. You're being the aerodynamic thing for everyone else. This is a good highlight, actually. I'm going to let this play out in the mass start. But you can see they're speeding up all the time. That guy broke the toe. He didn't want other people to follow him, and now this is Jordan Stolz, the American badass, now taking the lead. He didn't want to be in front. Look, he's looking behind him because it means you're using more energy. You're breaking the air, and you're creating an aerodynamic, you know, it's called a toe, that makes it easier for everyone behind you. They're using less energy now. And look, that number 14, he like was going to pass him, and they looked around. He's like, nah, I don't want the lead. Which leads to a very interesting strategy, because now you're going to see soon one of the Netherlands guys, like Jordan still doesn't want to be in the front. Jordan's like a sprinter too. He likes to build up speed at the end, which is apparently not what most of the skaters do. Now you see this guy making a move around the outside. He's fed up with the pace. He says, fuck this, I'm going for it. And he starts blazing out. And Jordan doesn't want to keep going. He doesn't want to be in the front. He wants someone else to go in front of him and chase this guy down. But no one does. So long story short, I mean, they're starting to speed up. Now Jordan kicks it in now that he's not in the front. But basically the Netherlands guy is half a track ahead. He's not even in the picture anymore. Look at him go. And this other guy, look how far ahead they are. Yeah, so anyway, long story short, we don't need to watch the end. The Netherlands guy wins. The pack did not speed up fast enough to catch him, and that was that. So mass start, definitely interesting. On the long track, I will say it's not the most interesting. So where do I put this? Probably behind sprints. I'll put it below curling, actually. But above Super G. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Bang. And that's it for long track, okay? Now, that's long track speed skating. There also exists short track. So hold on, which one are we looking at first? I guess distance on short track. Short track, 5,000. Sender Itram. Oh no, this is long track. Hold on. This is short track 5K. So this is short track. You'll notice how much smaller the thing is. And actually, okay, this is actually relay. That makes sense. So I don't think there's a really long distance. Oh, you know what I put? It's not that it's 5,000. Distance on short track is more like 1,500. 1,000 meter, 1,500. And then like 500 meters is like a sprint, okay? And I'll be honest, I just want to be clear about that, because distance on short track does not mean the same thing as distance on long track. Distance on long track is 3 times longer, so it's, 3 times more boring. Short track distance, where's it going? Where's it going? Where's it going? Yep. I think it goes above ski cross. That's high A tier for the longest distance in short track. So you can kind of, you might be starting to get an idea of where the rest of this is going. Our last 3 events, okay? Then we have sprints. The sprints, I'm going to put it at the very, if I can, at the very top of A tier. Actually, fuck that. It's going above, it's going low S tier, it's above downhill. Okay. Then I'll go back to this clip. So this is actually short track relay, and that's why it's 5,000 meters, because it's not just one skater. And it's cropped annoyingly, obviously, because it's a vertical short. But you'll notice, so they're going, and there's also skaters on the inside of the rings, okay? And in the relay event, they're like, oh, that's the end. Okay, let me just restart the thing then. But they're building up speed in the middle, and you'll notice after a few laps, they'll do this changeover where the guy on the inside will skate out, and then he'll get a push from the guy who is already out on the ice. And so that means there's 4 teams in each relay race, but there's 16 or 12, I'm not sure, but some multiple 4 people for every team, and they're all building up speed, they're all doing something, during the race. If someone crashes, there's a roll to like recover. Shit's crazy. And because you can see this arena is not that big for all those people on the field, the shit can get crazy. Now let me just say, blanket statement, okay? Short track, speed skating might be the most entertaining sport to watch at the entire Olympics. And it goes hand in hand. And the reason that is, it goes hand in hand with short track speed skating is the most Mickey Mouse bullshit sport in the entire Olympics. That's what makes it so entertaining. Let's see if I can find a good clip, maybe. Highlights. Because short track is utter fucking chaos. Let's just watch the women, okay? In the 3,000... Oh, this is a relay. This is also old. Wait. Why are they showing us old? Maybe it's just history or whatever. But this is what the relay looks like. And they're going at speed, bro. They're doing almost 40 miles an hour on the ice with 17-inch razor-sharp blades. And actually, there was one incident that was crazy where some bitch got fucking sliced in the face, like right over her eye, with a fucking skate blade. And they showed it on TV. and then they refused to show the replay because it had blood on it. It was gnarly. It was fucking gnarly. But anyway, no, that's not it. Let's look at the 500. I mean, these are highlights, so they're probably not going to show the crashes. I mean, this one's titled, "Oh, this guy won." But yeah, there's so many crashes in short track speed skating. It's utter chaos, bro. If you look at this start, hopefully they'll show the full like rate, as much of the full race as they can. But there's a start. They just dash, and then there's, you know, almost no time before you're already into the turn. And look at them, they're just pumping the whole way, building up speed, tucking in, putting their arm down. Already someone had a little bit of a stumble. I think that was the American guy, losing a bit of speed. They only do like 5 laps for the 500. And they're fucking flying. And the thing is, if you crash after the first lap, you can just get, like, you can do nothing wrong and just get crashed into and your race is over. They do have like a safety. If you crash on the first lap, they'll reset. But that sucks too, because that means you used a bunch of your energy for the initial sprint and then you got to reset again and like get your blades cleaned up again. But so that was a clean race, okay? I'm telling you, I watched the entire, every single short track speed skating event. There were so many crashes. In particular, there was one American girl who was, what was her name? Kristen Santos Griswold. She was ranked 1 in the world. Didn't win a single medal because she kept getting fucked. She kept getting crashed into. There was at least one bad ref call that I saw. Not that I would really know. But yeah, the sport is fucking brutal. Hold on, let's look. Short track crash. Let's just look for one crash. There was another American girl. Oh my god. Oh, I think I have to show that one actually. Hold on, let's just click on this video because it's up front. Okay, short track speed skating. I cannot impart this to you guys enough. The shit is crazy. There's Kristen Santos Griswold. You can see the number 1 on her helmet. That means she's ranked number 1 in the world for the last year. Not a single medal. A lot of it was, you know, on her. Some of it was the U.S. team should have medaled in the relay, and a different U.S. woman crashed a lot. I'm going to try to show her next. Let's look. Let's watch. So just look how close they're getting. Look how much chaos there fucking is. Oh, that's the other American girl got crashed into. She did nothing wrong. Her race is over. She can't continue. Same thing with this guy. He didn't do anything wrong. He was ranked 3 in the world for the men. Just got cut into. Or this is a different crash, but oh my god. And just pile up, and they're going at 40 miles an hour. They just slide out. Get fucked. Her, yep. I don't know if that was her fault or not. But her race is over. Didn't even get to the final. That guy won a medal. Just fucked up. Lost it. This girl. Oh, I feel so bad for Corinne Stoddard. That's her name. She fell so many times. She's ranked 3 in the world. We had the number 1 and the number 3 ranked U.S. women in the world. Not a single fucking medal. Or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was like 1 bronze or silver. No gold, certainly. Because they just kept falling. This sport is fucking brutal, okay? And that's what makes it fun to watch. As long as you don't get too invested in the idea of one particular skater and you're just watching to enjoy the sport, hands down, probably the most entertaining in the entire Olympics. And that is why relay is going to go... I'm going to put it above all of the freestyle events. Only behind hockey and mass start. I think if more crazy shit happened, I'd put mass start above, but nothing really crazy happened, so I'll put it slightly behind relay. Bam. Bam! There you go. That is my complete Winter Olympics tier list based purely on entertainment. I hope you guys enjoyed. Obviously, I'm a little bit late here. The Olympics ended like over a month ago. It took me time because I had to make all these little icons. Well, first of all, I had to finish watching all of the fucking events. Also, another video exclusive. I'm going to total up how many hours of content I watched. to watch all of these sports. I only watched the medal events. I didn't watch the qualifying. I didn't watch some of the ends of the tournaments. I didn't watch a lot of the non-US teams. It was easily hundreds of hours, okay? I have poured my blood, sweat, and tears into this video, and you better appreciate it. And if you did, please hit subscribe. Thank you. And if nothing else, I will see you guys in 2028 for the Summer Olympics. Maybe I'll do another tier list. But there you go. That's our final rating. Lots of S's, lots of A's, lots of very watchable stuff in the sport. I'm gonna bump ski cross down, actually. Yeah, I guess, okay, that's the last thing I'll do. I'll just make sure the ordering of the tiers is correct. Hockey, yeah, hockey is definitely the top dog. Watch the hockey. Watch the women's hockey. Even if you're not a women's sport, I think hockey is one of the few sports where it, there's like a joke when let's say we're talking about the WNBA. The joke is like, oh, but I enjoy better fundamentals. That's why I watch the WNBA. Legitimately, the fundamentals in the women's hockey, it's like, it was a lot cleaner to watch. They were still really aggressive, okay? But like, the men are like clobbering each other every few feet. So it's hard to get like a really clean play. And that's entertaining to watch on its own. But I actually genuinely will make a case for women's hockey and say, please watch women's hockey if you've not given it a chance. The US women fucking crushed. They're fucking all badasses. And genuinely, I really enjoyed watching women's hockey compared to men's hockey. They were just so clean with the setups, the plays, the passing, and they still slam people against the boards. Don't get me wrong; they're so aggressive as hell. That was one of the things I loved the most about specifically the U.S. women's team. They were just so aggressive. It was awesome to watch. But yeah, hockey's just a fucking awesome sport. Super entertaining to watch. All of the short track speed skating, amazing. So fun to watch. So Mickey Mouse, but that's what contributes to the fun of it, is you just do not know what's gonna happen. And this shit was crazy, just fucking carnage. And then the usual suspects: slope style skiing, slope style half pipe ski. Watch the mixed doubles curling. If you've never watched curling before, watch the mixed doubles tournament. You could even start at the single limb, the semifinals is what it's called on NBC. Watch that. Figure skating probably deserves to be higher on this tier list, but this is my personal preference. I enjoyed figure skating a lot. It didn't really stick in my mind because I'm not a big figure skating guy. I always watch like X Games and stuff for the freestyle events, but yeah, everything in S tier, you gotta watch it. And then downhill was the first one I ranked, put it in S. It belongs there. Downhill's crazy. Watch downhill. A tier, big air, yeah. Distance speed skating, sure. Ski cross, the snowboarding cross was, again, I don't know if it was a standout at this particular Olympics, but there were so many matches that like looked like they were over, and then someone came from behind and barely stuck a position, which was awesome. Aerials is cool. Parallel giant slalom, I guarantee almost no one's watched it. It's fun. It's cool to watch. Give it a try. Curling. I like curling. Watch mixed doubles first. If you like it, then watch four person. And don't get attached to the men's team. The US men's team. Don't get attached. Yep. Super G, parallel giant slalom for skiing. Giant slalom downhill. Ski cross. I don't know why this is here. Doesn't matter. The shooting, I actually am going to bump down. It's a gimmick. It's not enough to save the boringness of cross-country skiing. It's cool. Watch one of them, but I'll put it at the bottom of B, actually. But it still stays B. Watch it. Put it on your second monitor while you're doing something else. It's chill. These sports, they're cool. Shout out to the athletes. Not as fun to watch. And then cross-country skiing, ski jump, and Nordic combined, which is both of them. Don't bother. It's not fun. I watched, I think, 2, and they have like different, for ski jumping, they have like normal hill and then large hill. They look the fucking same, bro. There's no difference. As a viewer, there's no difference. Just don't bother. There's enough content here to keep you watching shit for weeks. And I hope you do, because I had a lot of fun watching the Olympics, and I hope you enjoyed learning about my thoughts, my most deepest, innermost, detailed thoughts about every one of these sports that you've probably never heard of before. That's it. That's it. I'm out. I could keep streaming. Hold on. Let me. How many Twitch viewers do I have? If I have more than 3 Twitch viewers, I'll keep streaming, but I very much doubt that I do. I'm just trying to get my average numbers up. Yeah, that's okay. So thank you everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed this double content day. And I'm going to be making, I think, 2 YouTube videos. So very productive stream for me. I will be back next week. I might stream in the interim, but I've just been really busy working on content to make for these weekly streams, and that seems to be going okay. Oh, one bit of news though. I did hire an editor preliminarily. We're going to do a trial run for the next few months, so that is awesome. That means I'm going to be able to create more videos for you. Hopefully that should open up more time for me streaming and or working on my main channel again. So keep your eyes peeled, stay subscribed to all the channels,